Hello, everyone, and welcome to another very exciting edition of Nat20Hot on a Saturday. We're so thrilled that you could choose to join us here on
Ooh.
this wonderful afternoon, and I hope wherever you are in the world is bright and sunny. And if it's not bright and sunny, it's your preferred weather forecast. Because there are few things better than a nice day and Dungeons and Dragons. If you're joining us for the first time, we are a group of friends who like to play Dungeons and Dragons together. We do it for fun, and we do it because why the heck else but not, you know? We also do it.
What else do we have to
Yeah,
do?
exactly. There's very little else to do besides this. And we've been doing this now for 92 sessions and over 2 years. And quite frankly, there are few things that I'd rather spend my time doing. So we're glad that you're here. We're glad that you could join us. We have been doing this now for 2 years in support of Extra Life, a wonderful charity that supports children's hospitals across North America. But we also encourage you to take the link, check the link in our chat for some other wonderful causes that we support and encourage you to contribute to, should you find the ability in your hearts and in your minds and in your wallets. And now, without further ado, let's get to the recap that I didn't write of our previous session, because last time out, we had a little bit of field trips for everyone involved. Randy decided to stay back on the material plane to start figuring out and studying upon the Scroll of Omniscience, with a question in mind that he has yet to share with the group as part of a Randy Plan Part 2, a plan by Randy. While he was off studying the scroll and being a very studious student, Branwen and Cena returned to the Feywild to keep watch over the Ebon Lake, while the rest of the crew went off to Drakenvoss's tower, Clarissa and Dunk alongside Willem and Seraphel. Branwen and Cena had a bit of a reconciliation, where Cena admitted to, though she is still quite angry at Branwen, does understand that many of the decisions that she makes are in the interest of others, and perhaps it's time she starts caring about herself. And if she's not going to care about herself, Cena certainly will. Meanwhile, Willem and Seraphel were able to spend some quality time together, and Seraphel found a lot of annoyance in the fact that Willem was not his usual combative self. Instead, she finds just a chill guy who's ready to, help out everyone and maybe not be a murderous, angry guy. He just he's just there, his hands in his pocket, shrugging. He I'm just
Evan James.
I'm just Willem. And he's ready to make sure that he can learn a thing or two from the murderous war criminal that now is part of the group, Seraphel. Um, but ideally also along the way nurture her into being less of a murderous war criminal. They are unfortunately unable to find too much of value in Draken's Tower, though mostly because of their own ineptitude. Unable to find anything that really means anything to them or could be of any help, Willem ends up shoving just a great deal of technological doodads that he finds throughout in the Machinatorium and the Enchantatorium into his bag to bring back. They do also, however, bond over the fact that another pair in their group are bonding perhaps more intimately than others, as Clarissa and Dunk spend a fair amount of time together traveling the plains and traveling other things, where they spend some time getting to know each other intimately, physically and mentally, where they spend the evening together. And unfortunately, as Dunk was without his belt or without the protection of others, stop it, Willem, without the protection of others, had a rather harrowing nightmare from Eli Goy, the void maw that threatens the realm. And it does look as though he spread such a similar affliction to Clarissa. After finally reasoning with the fact that the gears upon the colossal telescope that Drakenvoss had built in his tower were part of the quote celestial engine that they were pursuant of, per Seraphel's suggestion, they are able to dismantle the telescope and bring those pieces back to the Ebon Lake, where Branwen had encountered King Amar and attempted to warn and prep him for the potential debacle that was to follow with Clarissa, and a debacle it was, as Clarissa revealed more of her hatred for Branwen and her lack of desire to have any interaction with a father figure whatsoever. In fact, suggesting that perhaps since Branwen keeps losing hers, she take Amar up on his desire to be a father.
Rude.
And that is where we find ourselves on the banks of the Ebon Lake shortly after Amar's departure. The gang having reunited back at the Ebon Lake after about 2 weeks has passed on the material plane, with Branwen sending a note to Randy that they have retrieved as much as they can from the Tower of Drakenvoss, which included some things that Willem has in his satchel, two pieces each of four two pieces of two large cylindrical rings, so four things in total there, as well as a peculiar helmet with a tail-like cable that extends from the back of it, which they've kind of just scattered out on the banks of the Ebon Lake as they await to hear from their companion Randy.
Um, the moment that I finished studying the scroll, I'm going to cast sending to Branwen, and I'm just gonna say, "Yo, uh, please come back. I would like help with this, please. How are you?"
I'll respond, hey girl, hey. Uh, I'll bring everyone back. Things are all right. And that's it.
Better than expected.
Yeah, and yeah, who wants to hop over first?
Why isn't he coming here? I, what are we doing? Are we bringing all of this stuff over to the material plane, or are we working on it here?
I'll cast sending. Hey girl, hey. Do you want us to come to you or you to come to us? We have a lot of big heavy things.
Oh, sure, I can come to you. That makes sense. And I grab the scroll and I do a little bit of packing, and I walk on over to the Ebon Lake and
I'm just
kind
gonna
of
give a little
I like
wave and
put my whole face in it,
ah.
Okay. Uh,
and
Branwen,
I
you
shout, "Branwen, Branwen!" into the water.
Branwen, you hear. It sounds like it's screaming into water, echoing in the back of your mind, and you can kind of see as you look out to where you hear the sound coming from. You can look out onto the obsidian water of the Ebon Lake and see like a flatter, smushed version of Randy's face pressed
Oh,
up against the water in something of a spectral form.
yeah, I'll go jog over and try to just help him through.
Okay. Uh, Randy, you feel yourself pulled over into the Feywild from the material plane. Uh, the scroll
Do
of omniscience in hand.
am I like when you go through the lake? Do you get really wet every
Yes,
time?
every time.
Like you get completely drenched?
Yeah.
Okay. I am wearing kind of the same thing, but my hair is fucking a flutter. I look completely deranged, and I'm holding a cup or like a mug that looks, and I look in it and I go, "You got your lake in my coffee," and I kind of just dump it all out, and I walk on over,
You're traveling
uh,
by lake. I don't know what you
and I go,
yeah,
"Bramwell,
whatever.
Bramwell, give me the thing, give me the thing."
What thing?
When you go, and it makes me do better at things.
Oh, oh, wait, what are you trying to do?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna solve it. I'm gonna do it.
Okay,
I
are we
look at
just
the
like in the
scroll and now
middle
I'm
of the
gonna
lake right now?
what?
Are we just like in the middle of the lake right now?
Yeah, at least
Okay,
knee deep.
okay. I'll just put a hand on his shoulder and be like, do what you gotta do and inspire him.
Ah, my dice all went everywhere. And I
And I believe
will.
it's a D12 now.
Damn, really?
I'm double checking. It's either a D10 or a D12.
Pretty good.
I could be completely wrong on that. It could be some. It could be anything. It could be a D3. It's a D10.
Okay. And then I will cast Enhance Ability upon myself, so I get advantage at this intelligence check.
I always think of enhanceability as all one word.
Enhance Ability.
Yeah,
The ability
like
to be enhanced.
reliability.
Yeah. So I guess I'll just do it.
All right,
Wait, what do I get for the inspo again?
a
D10.
D10.
Okay.
And to be clear, you're asking this question in the middle of the lake.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I'm gonna ask it.
What is the question?
Yeah. I say, how does the scroll do context?
You got some context before. Your historical reasoning is that yes, you get some context.
Well, okay. So I take off the crown, and I guess I'll ask it, the circlet or whatever. I'll go. How do I how do I re how do I how do I how do I uh
Let me
how can
stop.
I
Let me stop you. You have been studying the scroll for 2 weeks with the intention of this question. You're trying to understand it. So, for the purposes of the group, what have you been studying to figure out? Is the greater?
Yeah, I want to try to recreate uh the enchantment that is on the circlet.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're thinking of the circlet. You're dripping wet, clutching with like as you kind of like pat your hands against your cloak and your just your clothing to dry them off as much as possible, but your clothes are quite wet, so you just like kind of pinch.
Definitely dries his hands on me.
Yeah, you just like dry your hands on the edge of Branwen's like sleeves, and then pats the outside so that you can hold the scroll while keeping it as dry as possible. And you stare upon the amalgamation of characters and runes that just densely populate the scroll of this scroll. And I will have you make your intelligence check. No whammies.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Okay. $14.
I'm afraid you're
No,
unable
15. 15.
I'm afraid you are unable to make heads or tail of the scroll on the scroll. However, you feel as though if you ask the same question tomorrow, given that you've been studying upon the scroll for some time, you might be able to glean an answer then.
Fine.
Did you ever
Add.
permanently increase your intelligence by 2?
Yeah.
Okay,
I had a -1 and now I have a +1.
got it.
Hey, wait, Bort, I just had an idea for next time. We can make sure
Yeah.
that I cast silvery barbs on somebody so that I can give you advantage.
You can't have double advantage though, can you? That's
No.
what the enhance ability does, is
Oh,
give you
okay,
advantage.
okay, okay.
I rolled a 7 and a 6.
Can we give advantage to his bardic inspiration roll?
No.
Worth a shot.
I rolled a 7. Anyway, I'll get it tomorrow, so don't worry about that.
Okay.
What's up with you guys? What do you got going on?
Here, I'll kind of just drag Randy out of the water.
I will follow.
I guess Team Wizard Tower can explain. Or not.
I got all this heavy shit.
Yeah, no, I see that. That's cool. That's cool, man.
I think
Got a
we're
little
gonna
bit more than that.
gonna offer a fist bump.
You can't. You shouldn't say stuff like that. You never mind. Never mind.
So I think this stuff is going to help us make a net, or is it gonna bring us to the net? Is that what that is?
There is no net. We had the net a long time ago. We needed the net because Iligoi was the size of a planet. We needed to
It's not a
contain
net.
them.
It's a
How
modem.
big is this net that we're talking about? Planet-sized net? That's a lot of rope.
Cena giggles like she's on the far end of the cliff. And Seraphel, like, very crudely looks over in her direction. There is no net. We had a lattice
net.
network that we built to contain his vast essence at the time. We sacrificed an entire realm so that we might bring him to this place. He is much smaller now. He will not be nearly as large. We'll be able to contain him with the engine and some tethering system of some kind, which we'll need to concept. The engine powers a rift. What is so funny?
Well, you
It's
said
just how is
tethering
it?
system.
How,
That's
how
a
is
Yeah.
the
different
tether
net.
different than a net? Yeah.
But yes, okay, engine, super duper. Okay. Yeah, sounds like a plan. How does it work?
I don't know. I didn't build it.
Okay. Who did?
Zephyron and Eldros.
Oh, this is
Oh.
great news. And I dunk.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Give me the corpse.
reach in and I'm gonna.
I just turned to Seraphel and pointed at the corpse, and I'm like, "See, I told you."
You've just been carrying that. Where did you?
Thank you. And I I place it down on the ground. Okay. Um
We found it in a cave by the ocean.
yeah, I think it
Yeah.
was his grave. So
I found these and I hold up my cool little gauntlets.
You've just been wielding those the entire time. But you didn't find
Yeah.
anything. You didn't find anything else. You didn't find his ward.
Let me think back.
By his ward, do you mean like someone he was in charge of, like a baby?
No, not like a baby. You. Not like a baby, Willem.
Thank you.
Like, like the circlet or the belt or my helmet. And Cena like lifts up a necklace. You mean like this? We found this there, and I don't know. You all gave it to me. That explains quite a bit. I just hear you screaming, but not actually what you're saying.
Yeah, it was just a little bit of squealing.
See, so Cena's been safe from getting the scary brain disease this whole time, and we didn't know. Oh my god.
A lot of peculiar things have been happening, but not to Cena.
Yay!
Also, not to Willem.
Willem doesn't sleep with people that are infected.
Oh well. Yeah, he practices
okay.
good hygiene.
So we ask him how to make the engine work, and that's that.
Sorry, one second.
I guess we got to think of 4 more questions to ask.
Seraphel, you haven't seen him in a little bit. Is there anything that you wanted to ask him?
Uh, um, how, where did you find the body?
In his grave.
There was a cave next to the sea,
Eighth
sealed
grade.
with a large boulder.
Um, did you ever ask him how he died?
Yes, I believe he crashed, and there was something about a falling star, if I recall correctly.
I do not remember when this happened, so I don't know where to look in my notes.
Maybe.
That's what I remember. We weren't. No, that was the other time we were on a beach. We weren't on good terms. I think we were fine the last time when we were at Zephyron's grave.
Yeah, generally. Um,
Was this before or after Old Hallow?
That was definitely after.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I found it.
This was around the same time that we found Amar, I think.
it was
Yeah.
the day
We
before.
were like on our way to
Yeah.
Amar.
I don't think we did ask him how he died.
I distinctly remember something about falling out of the sky with a
I think there was
star.
some kind of like book or something
Yeah.
scrawled on a
All of you can make a
stone
history
or
check.
yay
5.
11.
12.
None of you remember anything. Willem, you're like, no, there was definitely a shooting star involved. And Dunk, you're pretty close to the fact that like you might remember something being written on a piece of rock, but you don't remember ever actually talking to him about it.
Yeah, because I don't.
My history is really good. I have a dirty 20.
Yes,
I
Randy,
forget.
you would recall that the epitaph written on the rock that bound the tomb was that the body was found having fallen out of the sky like a star from the heavens, not that a star from the heavens was involved.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just be like, yeah, he just kind of like fell.
Like you. Oh, too soon.
Uh, I- is he going? What? He's not just going to be able. Might be a good plan.
This might not be a good plan.
But this might be a good plan.
Did you two
Don't sound so disappointed.
I'm very
harp
smart.
on our okay circumstances?
What?
You and Zephyron, did you part on friendly circumstances?
He abandoned us like all the rest did.
Oh,
Sooner
well,
than others. We hadn't heard
that
from
was
him in some time. But that stupid little robot of his roamed around for some time afterwards.
Yeah, I hate that guy.
Yeah, I miss that guy.
we're familiar with Ted.
I wonder where he is.
You know Ted?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Randy kind of
yeah.
punted
Yeah.
him into the astral sea.
I threw him away because he was a danger. Because if you had gotten your hands on Ted at the time, I thought that you were going to destroy the universe. That good that that's not a thing. So now I miss him. I wish we could get him back. That'd be fun.
What exactly did you do with him? Because he was directly involved in the creation.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
wait. What?
Ted,
The creation of the whole world?
the astral engine.
Shit, really? Oh, I
Oh,
banished that guy. I don't know where he went. Where did Zephyron make him?
Couldn't remember. But
Yeah, I can
not
just ask. You're right. I cast Speak on Dead or Speak with Dead.
be gone, that dead.
Speak on
Be
Dead.
gone, Dade.
okay. Hold on one second.
And I, as I'm like kind of like one hand doing this, I like look at my empty mug and I go, "Does anyone have coffee? Does anyone have any coffee? I got lake water in my coffee."
We have like camp coffee, so it's not good, but it's something.
No, I don't care. Yeah, and I give you the empty mug.
All right, I'll go fetch coffee because I'm a woman or something.
Make yourself
And because
useful.
and because I offered.
Make yourself useful, sweetie.
I'm gonna kill Willem.
Um,
And I take the mug. My hand is very clearly shaking as I start drinking more coffee. And just keep doing the spell with the other hand.
You been sleeping, boss?
Yo, yes, and not as much as I have to.
are you quite all right?
I
But
feel
before you can really answer, like you're basically like looking at her, your hand shaking and your other hand casting, and you hear the skeletal remains kind of like clink, clunk, and the green tinged flames look out, and the skull rotates towards Seraphel and stares for a very long time, and then back to the spellcaster.
um
What's can I inside check what's Seraphel's reaction to that?
Sure.
That is an 18.
Uh, you've grown to know her enough now to see like kind of the fleeting sense of pain flash across her eyes.
Hello, Zephyron. I'm Randy. We've met once before. I hope that you are doing well. So we got this big old engine here. You made this with the help of Eldros. How does it work?
I can't remember what voice I used for him.
Just make one up. Hello,
Ah!
me.
The Rift Gate. The Rift Gate was my finest creation. Alongside Eldros, we built the gate to open a doorway of sorts to a world beyond worlds, where there is no time, no space, no soul. The very essence of the void from which Erlai Goy spills from. The gate opens up the very fabric of reality to force that which would undo reality back into it. How does it work? It works by tearing a hole in reality itself.
How can I operate it?
Assuming all pieces are present, it operates automatically and will open at the insertion of its power core at the base of the gear.
I look over at. Well, that's a question, so I'm not going to ask that.
Um,
Um,
should we ask him where we can find all of the pieces to make it?
Or what
Literally.
are the pieces?
Or yeah,
uh, hello, Zephyron. List all of the all of the components to this engine,
and where to find them?
please. Question mark.
That is not a question. That's a demand.
How
Fine.
about what are all of the
Can you?
components and where do we find them?
Yeah. What are all of the components and where can we? That's a two-pronged question.
Well,
I don't know.
ask two questions.
Okay. Where are all the or what are all of the components to this device? So we know we have them all.
Okay. They list them, but I will not list them because
Why
it
not?
is
Here's
it.
my version.
Coward.
I will post them in the chat. Um, but as the rest of you are kind of like hearing this very lengthy list of things, I mean, is like it is ultimately a breakdown of the core elements that were used to forge great brass copper rings. Like it is, he is being incredibly specific. Like you are trying to frantically write all this down, and I will have somebody who is taking notes make an art no just a general roll a d20 with your proficiency bonus to find out how well you're able to document all of this.
This seems like something Branwen would do. So, plus proficiency,
Yep.
15.
Okay. Bramlin is just frantically scribbling away on a piece of paper. The rest of you are just listening. And Willem, like, you're listening and looking over at the pile of things that you do have, and you're like, that is not all here. Like for sure, we are missing quite a bit.
No.
But like the other thing that you're trying to figure out is like what you actually need and versus what you already have, as they are being incredibly specific in the list of things provided. Like they are basically walking you through all the core components that they used to build it in the first place, like forging of the rings, forging of the what you could ultimately discern that you were missing is like a fair number of like runic elements and like components that do not exist as part of the rings, but rather are meant to be placed around the rings and channel the energy of the rotating rings. And he completes his, I think, and of course the power core.
So
Does he
wait, how many
elaborate at
questions?
all on the power core?
Yes, you know what the power core is.
And
What's
that
How many
the
is
questions
power
are we
core,
at?
Chris?
What's that?
What's the power core,
The
Chris?
the power core actually sounds an awful lot like what is currently inside of Ted, but you have also seen in some of Draken's other uh, robots,
Automata.
automatons. Thank you.
Um, where did you create Ted?
I created Ted in the realm of Arcadia, briefly after the conquest of King. Oh, what was his name? Domingo Villanueva.
Domingo.
Straight from Domingo. Hey, man.
What the heck is Domingo?
We're missing a reference,
Yeah,
boys.
I don't know this one.
That's an SNL skit.
It's
Hey,
really dumb,
man.
but it's also great.
Came all this way. Had to explain. T-Rex from Domingo.
Location. Shared location. Okay, I'll put it in the chat. Domingo showed up to a Sabrina Carpenter event, so that's one of Nolan's girlies at least.
Kelsey's a friend. She's like my sis, but we did hook up though. It's getting very hot.
Because you're thinking
That's
about Domingo.
yeah, exactly. That's 4 questions. You have 1 left.
Seraphel, do you have anything you want to ask him? After all this time?
She looks at you, Randy. Make an insight check.
Oh fuck, 29.
Wait, what just got asked?
She
Sorry.
is looking at you, Randy, for permission.
I kind of step back. I go, yeah, go for it, man.
Uh, why did you leave us? The skull turns towards Seraphel. I left because I knew it would fall apart. And it would be your undoing. It would be all of our undoing. I don't want to break things. I want to build something better than myself. And I couldn't do that with you or any of them. And the spell's power wanes, and the skull rolls to the side, and the skeleton collapses.
It collapses.
Like it like
Like
sat
turns
up.
into dust.
No, it
Oh,
was
okay,
sitting up and then it fell
got it.
over.
Okay. Well, if we need to ask you more questions, we got a pretty good way of making time go faster. So, and I give Zephyrin back to Dunk.
Seraphel storms away at the answering of the question. Kind of retreats off into the woods.
I got
They
this.
right.
I'll go follow Seraphil.
Are you following like immediately, or are you following?
I'll give her a few minutes to cool down.
Okay.
The
Uh,
way you asked that make me think that's a good idea.
well, it's just kind of like, yeah, let me chase after the angry woman right now. It's like she's clearly going through something.
I love chasing after angry women.
Yes. You give her a few moments, and you head off into the woods, and you find her kind of like propped up against the tree, like hand up here, like the other one, and she's just like rubbing her temple and looking down at the earth.
Would you like to hit something for a little while?
What the hell are you doing here? No.
Oh, I came to check on you, make sure you were okay. I mean, I think you're probably not, but
I'm not okay? How observant of you.
listen, I'm here because I wanted to say, like, you know, sorry, and also, like, you you can talk about it if you want to. I know what it is like for your companions to not think the best of you sometimes.
What is
This
it?
is why I asked you if you wanted to hit something first.
What is it you would have me say? You want me to explain that
I don't know.
I've only ever known people who disdain me? And at worst, the people who felt nothing towards me. I am and always have been an instrument. I was
Yeah.
created with I was created with one purpose, and even the people who shared in that purpose couldn't see fulfilling it with me.
Is that the end of what she's saying? This is me, Nolan, asking, not Willem asking.
At the moment, she's done speaking, yes?
I didn't know if that was a very dramatic pause or not. Um, I'm just gonna shrug and say, like, I mean, I can't really understand, but I can a little bit understand. I mean, I was created for a single purpose, and the person who created me totally ruined my life by killing the people who were most important in the world to me, and had a lot of expectations for me that I didn't live up to because I've refused to be her instrument, and finding out what to do now that she's gone has been difficult at times.
I don't have any problems understanding what needs to get done.
Well, you're doing it of your own volition now, not because anybody's telling you to.
I suppose you're right about that.
And, I mean, not for nothing, but some of us might be a little bit uncomfortable around you sometimes, but I don't think any of us have disdain for you. Well, no, one person definitely does, but uh, listen, I mean, I know that it's probably like a lot of pressure, so I'm like reluctant to say this, but like you are one of the closest things we have to a way through this now, and we all need you a lot.
Yes.
Also, that robot he created was annoying as fuck, so, like, what does he know? He's not a very good judge of character.
It was.
Also, apparently, he just said lies all the time because he was, filled with God nonsense.
He was a very egotistical person. We all were at the end of the day.
I mean, yeah, look at you, you're awesome.
I would have only hoped that I don't. Never mind.
If you want to say it or talk about it, I'm here, but whatever you're comfortable with.
I never knew what it was like to feel something. I knew nothing beyond purpose. It didn't bother me that the people that I considered my family weren't family at all. We just were. But I thought that in our creation together we would be able to accomplish something together. What does someone mean when they say they couldn't have seen it with me? Or seen it with any of us? Who does he think he is, thinking that he is smarter to think that he could see the end before we knew anything? No one knows the end. Right?
I genuinely do not know about most things, so it's entirely possible that he saw the end, but, maybe he was totally wrong. I mean, he crashed into an ocean. Like, I don't think somebody who can see, into the end would have that be the way they go out. Also, leaving his prized creation roaming around with a little blue guy who was also not very good at many things.
I wasn't speaking literally, but I suppose you're right at the end. I wouldn't think that anyone could actually see the end, but you are right. You're a very odd man, Willem,
Thank you.
and yet I find myself somewhat interested in what you think.
That would be a first for a lot of people. If it wasn't abundantly clear, I respect you very much for whatever that's worth. I'm just some freak with antlers who grew up on a farm. Also killed a hag goddess.
Yes. Well, that's worth more than you think it does. Now leave me
We
alone.
Yep. Catch you later, Teach.
And you return to the group without her.
She's okay, she just needs a little bit of time.
Okie dokie.
What do
All right.
we what
So you wrote down all those components, yeah?
I have runic elements and components that go around the rings and channel energy and power core.
Okay. What are we missing here?
The power
Most of
core.
it.
Yeah, by all intents
Well,
and
so
purposes, reviewing what is laying in front of you is what you realistically have is like the core brass ring components. Um, as
we need
make an investigation check.
4.
We have I got a 9, but I have a guess that maybe the things that go around it and channel energy, if we're looking for energy channeling, that could be Celestite, right?
They were described as like similarly metallurgic components, like crafted
God damn it.
components. Yes.
Okay.
Um. So we have a 10, a 9, a 4, and done. What did you roll? You're
I think
muted.
that was he said a 6.
Yeah. Um.
What about our wizard, our sorcerer, wizard protege?
Clarissa will roll and be like. Clarissa is basically like she's conjured a small hammock and is just like rocking back and forth in between the trees. And she
I'm
goes,
like pushing her like a swing.
Yes, exactly.
That's
And
so cute.
she shouts, I don't know, have Blondie do it first. So Cena comes over and takes a look as well. And she rolls a 17.
She's
Yay.
so smart.
I do everything for you
She's
guys.
just so smart and so great.
And she's just like leaning down and kind of like rubbing her hand against the like a part of the components. And just a lot of this has been, I just say to myself, a lot of this seems to have eroded away. I was gonna
What were
say
you
I
gonna
was gonna say rubbed
I'm
out.
gonna say rubbed off.
Rubbed out. Uh, and a lot of this
Oh.
is there's clearly something here. Look, and she calls your attention to like faint indentations in the rings. And you could spend some more time taking a look at them, but you notice that like there are certain like indentations throughout the both rings, the concentric circles, and they appear that like there might have been either like deeper colors within them, but at the very least they somewhat resemble runes. Yes, Brandon.
Can I get a piece of paper and like some graphite and do just the rubbing
You're
around the
making
entire
charcoal
thing?
rubbings?
Yes.
It will take you most of the day as they are very
It's not
vast.
that hard. Okay.
It's
Yeah, I'll
they're
just start working on that.
huge.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah.
They're fucking heavy.
You
You're
can
got time.
you can make a performance check as you go through to determine like how quickly
Performance check? That's crazy.
you're able to do
We're all
that.
watching and we're judging you, by the way.
For a performance check?
Yes.
I'm a bard, baby boy. Oh, that is a 27.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to. It takes you about 3 to 4 hours to go around the width because you're doing them multiple times to make sure you get good impressions of each of them, and it's also taking you quite a bit of parchment because they are quite large. Um, and you just walk around the each of the four pieces, coloring in to capture the indentation of the runes. Very
I'm
good
doing
at.
that and then Cena's putting them together like a puzzle piece, and
See,
it's
Cena's just like
perfect
kind of
teamwork.
like going like, good idea. Um, and Dunk. As Branwen is working on this and you're pushing her in the hammock, she's like conjured like a little ball of light. It's like tossing it up into the air and catching it, tossing it up into the air and catching it. And she's just like, this is really boring. What are we attempting to do again?
Um, so this is gonna help us go. So we're not fixing the net, but
There's a net involved? I thought
pretty sure there's a net involved.
the goth chick said there wasn't a net involved. Seraphina.
So the yeah, maybe not. I'm pretty sure it said net though, and I'm just gonna keep pushing her. But anyway, we can go. I guess we can go like back to the tower and look through the old robots and see if they have like a power core.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh,
Listen.
also, guys, we can like we have these tuning forks. I'm gonna kind of ding it, but like muted so it doesn't like do anything. That we can like go places. We can like cameras over here. We can like do things and like go places in the uh across the plains. So like we might be able to find Arcadia. Was
Well,
it? Uh,
Dunk, I don't know if we can travel by those, but we can certainly look at stuff.
Well, we can like, yeah, we can like see them though. So we
Maybe,
might be able to like,
but maybe no. Um, well, yes, no, bigger versions.
bigger tuning forks.
Yeah,
Let's go see if we can make some.
do you want to go back to the tower?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh Christ.
this is good because I think it's better if we talk alone. Okay, we're gonna go back
Yeah, that's
to the
probably a good idea.
tower, and you guys
Wait,
just
what?
like hang tight
Why?
I
here.
see it, Dunk.
What? Oh, we're gonna go look for like machine parts and uh other
Actually,
things.
I don't think we need to explain ourselves to anyone.
Dunk, that's actually so smart. Yeah, you guys have a great time doing that. It'll be great if we're like all in different places. This has always really worked well in the past. So like, yeah, definitely go over there, do your thing, look for the thing. You're on top of it. And I just like turn back and keep doing what I'm doing.
Wait, are you guys coming back?
I mean, eventually.
Eventually.
We kind
Maybe.
of have universe saving things to do, so if you could like hurry back.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry,
mean,
are
we're
we not
not
keeping to your schedule?
Again, fate of the universe.
not just like fucking off.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, do you not like Dunk's idea?
Clarissa, could I speak to you alone for a moment?
Anything that you say in front of Dunk, you can say in front of me. Or rather,
I'll
anything that
turn
you
to her
say in
and
front
say,
of me, you can say in front of Dunk. Just speak your tiny little mind.
Uh, that was maybe not entirely
we haven't
called
known
for.
each
No,
other
you're
very
right.
long
I'm
for it.
sorry. Like I didn't I didn't mean to say like that came off different than what I wanted to say. It's just don't worry about it. My bad. I'm just still figuring out like the expressions and all that. Speak your mind, right? Speak your
Mhm.
mind.
You haven't known me very long, Clarissa, but in that time, have I struck you as somebody who has a lot of problems?
I mean, what's a problem in your mind?
Exactly. The thing is, I don't have a lot of problems because my problems tend to go away very quickly. I would advise you not to become a problem.
Is that a threat?
What's that supposed to mean?
Did you hear that? Did everyone just
Oh,
hear that?
sorry. I must have misspoke, not understanding the expressions.
Okay. I have to get back home. Are you coming,
Before
Dunk?
we let you out, Draken said that you were a hag. Do you know what's happened to every single hag that I've ever run into?
I don't.
Should ask somebody sometime.
If I ever get around to being interested in that, maybe. But I have a lot of other more pressing things to catch up on.
Yeah, like saving the universe, so please hurry back. And I will turn and walk away.
Dunk. As Willem walks away, she will turn to you. Did you like see the way he looked at me? Or like hear the way he just talked to me? They for I've done like I've done so much and they still don't trust me. It now they're starting not to trust you. I thought you were like their
So
best friend.
why don't we go talk somewhere a little bit more private?
Yeah, let's go home.
I'm gonna look back and just like
Okay.
at the group and then proceed.
She will open up a teleportation portal and escort you through it to Drakenvoss's tower. Now Clarissa's tower.
So, um, I guess, are you a hag?
I don't even know what you would have to do to be one. What is this
Um,
about? Like it just sounds more like they don't get it. Like you know what I have to go through day in and day out. They don't they don't
it,
see it that way. And I'm listen, they're first of all, I owe them everything. They saved my life, but like they also seem to be kind of holding that over my head.
yeah, Willem's like a dog with a bone. When he gets something in his head, he just can't get it out. And so I guess my point is he's very hard to win over.
Okay, but I would have thought that if you trusted me, they would trust me. And you trust me.
I completely trust you. I came here alone.
Right. So why don't they see it that way? Like, do you think they see me the same way that you see me? I don't, I'm not seeing that.
Yeah, not definitely not the same way. Um, I just if Willem doesn't respond very well to very abrasive comments. Um,
He makes a lot of them.
he, yeah, yeah, he's all bark though. Um,
We can be honest with each other, right?
of course.
Perhaps at some point, I might appreciate you saying something like that to him. Because it, if you see me that way and I see you that way, and like you get that I'm not a threat, he should understand that. And if they trust you and listen to you, then it shouldn't be a problem anymore.
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely gonna talk to him about it. But like, get out of the space first so that we can like
Okay,
diffuse.
I understand.
I'd rather not have him blow up and then have you blow him up. Um,
You think I would do that?
I mean, not like without him attacking or doing something really stupid first, but
I'm gonna defend myself, but I'm not an aggressive person. I thought you would know that.
no, I mean, I just know that you have blown up a head before, but that was obviously different. And but that's all he's seen, right? So
So he sees me like a monster. I'm not a monster. I'm just a person who
I
knows what they want.
I know that, and I think I think he'll come around. Look, we all wanted to like kill Seraphel for a very long time, but he's starting to come around.
I I'm not going to apologize for knowing what I want and who I want to be. And I'm not going to let anything stand in the way of me fulfilling that of who I am to be. And I know that with you, anything is possible. I don't want your friends being the reason that that gets in the way. I we all want the same thing. I haven't gotten to live and breathe and quite simply be me. for 50 years. And the first people I meet all act like the me that I am is a horror, except for you.
It just takes some time. And I'm sorry that you're being put into this position in this moment where
I
we're
should
not
have just
having
stayed.
the time to. Oh God, no.
At least there I wasn't a problem anymore.
I'm glad you're. I'd do it all again. But unfortunately, we do have some things that we need to take care of before we can be at our leisure. So why don't we go see if we can find those power cores?
Okay. And you will start combing your way through the tower. How is the rest of the group doing?
Um, I am working on, or just like looking through the whole thing, and I'm gonna cast legend lore on it to see if I can get a better picture of what it looked like in its prime, so I can perhaps uh, intuit how to put it together eventually.
Oh, you're going to cast Legend Lore on the gears?
Just yeah, I guess that's all there is there, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll cast it on the gears to see if I can like get a picture of what it looked like as a
Okay.
whole.
You got it. So as you cast Legend Lore on it,
You die.
no, that's
Oh,
not
good.
what
That would have been
happens.
bad.
I will
He shits his
send
pants.
a picture in
Oh shit.
the chat of what it actually looks like.
Is it from?
So what you see is a series of like one large outer ring with some oblong pieces and an interior ring that seems to roll on little ball bearings, though they are much larger. And the two gears rotate in your vision counterclockwise
So,
to one
like,
another.
orb bearings.
They are like orb bearings, yes. Actually, at this scale, sphere bearings. They are quite large. Yeah, they are large bearings. Um, what also seems to be the components that were described are kind of like pendulum-esque that seem to float around the exterior that once activated kind of rotate in a gravitational pull around the gateway that seem to conduct the energy into it. However, as you cast Legend Lore upon it and see kind of the action of the original gate, you can see that this is not, very likely not the one that was used originally, and rather an attempt to recreate it. As you see that the kind of ball sphere bearings and pendulum characteristics that float alongside it seem to be attached to long, like metallic strings of some kind, and not a net that you have previously been told was used in the original capture and banishment of Eli Goy. And that checks out with some of the things that Seraphel has been saying. Like, even she has remarked that this is still smaller than what they leveraged previously. That at the time of their conquest, Goy was the size of a planet. and this is, while very large, not planet-sized. And so, as you are peering into the history of this particular object, you see the combined forces of Eldros and Zephyron working on it in a tower that closely resembles Draken's tower, though it is more remarkably like pared down, which reminds you very much of what you saw when you peered into the legend lore of the mirror that you found in Draken's tower. And as you kind of get the sense of how this was constructed, you're seeing more and more of the fact that this was very likely an attempt to recreate the forces of the original Rift Gate to create the mirrors themselves. That these were attempts to create the portals to the World Tree that could be dispersed throughout the universe wherever the Guardians and Sentinels went to. That he was attempting to leverage the capabilities that they built for the original Rift Gate to service the fact that they no longer wanted to stand in stewardship in one location. They wanted to travel around. What you also see is this exact rift gate failing while being tethered and carried behind a flying vessel that very closely resembles that something that you found in the Misthold swamp.
I'm just kind of like describe like as I'm like legend loring and like learning this stuff, I'm just like absent-mindedly just kind of like repeating shit out loud that I'm seeing and like hearing, so that everyone around me is kind of getting the same deal. And then at the end of that, I will also just say, so like, Clarissa seems cool.
Um, I am not going to speak on this.
Are her and Dunk like,
I'm listening.
Big time.
He's listening.
Yeah, yeah, big time.
yeah, well, good for him. Seems like he needed a win.
Yeah.
No, I think I was really caught off guard when she was like first, in the world because she was stricken with orb madness, um, and she killed Draken. That was a little bit scary. Well, it
Yeah,
didn't kill him,
she's
but
kept that up a little bit.
oh
The
yeah, she seemed a
yeah.
lot chiller this time. She's just kind of swinging around.
Oh, before you got here, she had just threatened to murder Amar. So
Okay,
We knew
well,
that was going to happen, though.
yeah, I feel like a threat is definitely a good step down from what we thought she was gonna do, which was kill Amar. So
mhm.
that's good. Um, I don't know.
I mean,
I'm coming around to her. I know I was a little iffy towards her at the beginning, but she seems cool. I hope that you know she
she
continues
might
to
kill
seem
me.
cool. No,
Oh, she hates me
why?
because I brought Amar here.
Well,
She's got a lot of hate in her heart.
sure. I mean, orb.
Relatable.
Yeah. What?
Oh, used to be full of hate.
Used to?
Yeah, I'm chill now.
Okay.
No, there's still a good deal of hate in my heart.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm more chill though.
Cena
Sure.
looks
Yeah.
around and kind of says, people who say they're chill. I appreciate this change of pace from Will.
I'm just gonna look at Sienna and just give her a little smile and nod and be like, "Thank
Damn, it
you."
really is the end of the world.
Don't ruin
All
it.
right. So things that have to get done, right? We still I gotta figure out this fucking scroll thing. We gotta go find Ted in the goddamn Arcadia realm. Uh, I don't know what that is. And
For
we got
Domingo's there. That's crazy.
Domingo. And then also we gotta go to Misthold again, huh? For that whole thing. For the big boat.
this dovetails very nicely with something that I wanted to run by all of you.
All right, sick. Yeah, no, let's hear it. Awesome.
I just think that after we have recovered the vessel, which is definitely not a boat, and somebody knows how to use it, maybe you can now because of your scroll of omniscience. I think we should go on an interplanar rescue mission and get Laserhawk back.
Is he
Before
not dead?
or
I don't think so. Why would you think he's dead?
What else would he be?
I don't know. Gone.
okay. Is this before or after the Swiss cheese monster?
I mean, like the Swiss cheese monster should probably be like number one priority, but he could also maybe like help us with the Swiss cheese monster. And also, I mean, he could be like, I mean, he could be dead now because if he went somewhere else, maybe he's like getting tortured by something. Or maybe the Swiss cheese monster's all up in his head. Or maybe he's fine. I don't know.
No offense to Laserhawk, but like, is he just gonna? What's he gonna do? Is he gonna shoot the
He's
the
he's
guy?
he's good at gun.
So he's gonna shoot the Eldritch Abomination.
I mean, much in the way that you'd like cast a spell at it, or I'd like slash it a bunch. I think so.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Yeah. No. Fair. Fair.
Listen.
If it happens, it
I just
happens.
if it happens, it happens. Not a high priority for me, but did want to put that out there. And I feel a little bit responsible for his disappearance. So
Okay. Yeah. No. We'll add it to the list, and I pull out a little like shitty ass list. And I like
you
scroll
do.
them at the bottom. Okay. And actually, no, that'd be good because I've been hanging out with Buster these past 2 weeks. That dog is sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad.
So
He's been hanging out with Maple, right? Is Maple okay?
yeah, Maple's great. Yeah, she's
Is
eating
she being
food.
fed regularly?
I fed her every single day, even though it took away from scroll time.
You're a good man, Randy.
Can I bring Maple over here? And Buster?
Sure.
Uh,
Oh, will you see their
yeah.
little animal memories if you
Yeah,
do?
I want to. Can quick pause. You guys stay here. I'm gonna bring Buster and Maple over here.
Oh, I also don't know if this is like important or helpful, but something that I was also thinking about is maybe we get Pietro back because I don't know if he would have any like insight into the astral engine or anything like that. But yeah,
I mean, it just identifies things, right?
yeah, maybe. I don't know if he would be like, oh, I can tell you where to find components or something like that.
Yeah, I guess it's worth a shot. Wow. Yeah, why
Well,
not?
that's all the way in the winter court, so that's like a big like low on the priority list probably. Also, I feel a little bit bad about stealing the round-bound stone, so maybe we like return that unless you had a plan for it.
It had to be stolen. It's fine. It's probably fine. Um,
Really, because I feel like stealing it actually accomplished nothing in the long run. But
that is not true. Now it got us in the door of Drakenboss, and then we killed him.
yes, yes, we did.
So
You're right. I take that back.
hey, Seraphel, she went in the woods.
She
Yeah.
is like coming out of the woods at this point.
Okay,
And I'm coming back with the animals.
She was working through some stuff.
for sure, for sure. The moment I see her, I go, "Yo, let's talk, you and I."
Yes.
So, what's the deal? What's this Arcadia realm? Do you know anything about this? I don't understand it.
The realm of Arcadia was realm space, not far from the Chirin system, if I remember correctly.
Okay, sick. How do we get there?
Theoretically, one could use the world tree.
Okay, cool. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab Ted, and I just start. I
Um,
start to cast Word of Recall.
As you attempt to like start your casting, she places a very heavy hand on your shoulder. I beg your pardon.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna grab Tad. I'll be right back.
And how would you know how to get there?
I told you, Valerian's got a hole.
So you're going there. And what do you mean to do
Yeah.
with Valerian?
He's not really a problem. I'll just kind of run past him.
That would be like saying you're about to run past me, and she tightens the grip on your shoulder. How did that work out for you just now?
Running
I'm gonna
past.
stand up and step closer to them, just in case.
I'm gonna message Branwen.
That's me.
And I'm gonna
Also, I'm
say
gonna have you make a deception check.
that's fair.
Yeah.
$10.
The grip tightens.
Seraphel, let him go.
Can I message Branwen?
Yes.
I'm gonna say,
And she does let go.
do I just do we spill the world tree beans?
Your call, she'll leave if she knows, probably. I can
Okay.
tell her when I'm gonna message him again. I can tell her while you're gone.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cast Word of Recall on myself.
Okay.
Take myself to the tower.
You take yourself to the tower. Branwen, as Randy was kind of standing in between you and Seraphel, you immediately see like her on the other side, just a bit despondent. He's gone to his death, then, if he means to go to Valerian's gateway.
He's not going there.
I beg your pardon.
We we know other ways. You know I know one. We found another.
Where?
What are you gonna do if you know? Are you gonna leave us again?
I... What would you have me say? Know that I am inches from my life's work, and that everything I need to know, you knew, and once again, I'm left in the dark? I thought you trusted me.
I just the last the last time you thought you got what you wanted, you just left. Is
Yes,
it so bad that I'm gonna think that you're gonna do it again? Would you do it again?
I would. Ah! And she once again storms off.
What the fuck was that noise? This is Nolan asking. Like, was that Chris sneezing or was that a Seraphel
No,
angry?
she was yelling at me.
Oh, surprise.
Can I go talk to her?
Do you think that's a good idea?
What's the worst she's gonna do? Kill me?
Yes.
It'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
It'll be fine.
So Randy, how's
Randy's
scroll
Not there.
time?
Randy's not
Oh,
there.
Randy's gone.
Randy
You're
disappeared.
you are
I'll just
alone
turn on a
with
phone
Cena,
to Cena. Be like,
You're alone with Cena?
who's
you want
petting Buster and like scratching him behind the ears.
And Maple! Don't forget Maple!
like skip rocks or something?
Sure.
I don't know. I'm just killing time. It seems like everybody's doing something, and I'm here. You are too,
Fine.
and we're friends, so this isn't weird.
You just made it weird.
I have a habit of doing
You
that.
do. What's that about?
Sometimes I get these ideas in my head, and they just come out of my mouth before I've really
Have you ever known
processed.
what it's like to think before you talk?
I take a dramatic pause. Yes.
First time for everything?
Hmm.
You two walk over to the lake with Buster hot on your heels.
And
Uh,
Maple!
and Maple. Branwen, you kind of like walk off into the woods and find Seraphel storming and just like punching a tree multiple times.
I'll just sort of hang out while she punches a tree.
Playing Minecraft.
I'm trying to build an axe. Uh, she, as soon, as soon as she hears your feet kind of on the soft soil, she's, "What do you want? Are you here to withhold more information from me?"
Honestly, I kind of feel like now I kind of feel like I know what it's like to just constantly go after somebody that's stormed off. People used to do it to me all the time.
You come here to make jokes.
No, I didn't. Are you okay?
No. All of you are so perceptive. You know just what it's like when a woman's not okay. No, I'm not okay.
You want to talk about it?
You know, I know what it's like to lose everything. And fight. And fight. And kill and for my entire life. I I wanted I wanted to apologize to you the other day. And you
When?
couldn't bear to hear me. When you
When?
when you shoved me through the lake, pondering whether or not I'd be a threat to another plane of existence. Because despite it all, you still don't trust me. And to think for everything I was going to tell you that I understand how difficult life must be for you right now. And that for everything I once saw as weakness and think you pathetic, I now understand as one of your finer qualities. I grew up alone. I I don't even know what it's like to grow up. At one point in time, I simply was. My first memories are lost to me. I don't even know what I was. before I was. Do you know how difficult it is to explain the absence of feeling? It cuts deeper than anything I've ever borne. If I was ever a good person, that person is lost to me now. I don't know what it's like to have a father, to have a family. The people around me that were created as my equals, my family, think nothing of me. I don't know what it was like to like another person. I was created with purpose. That was it. I didn't have the time or the inclination to know or understand what it is to care or be cared about. And I let myself feel something once. And I didn't know what it was. I just knew that it was different. And that for a fleeting moment of time, I wasn't focused on what I was made to do. It was something raw. Something beyond definition. Something to this day I still can't understand. So I tried to find feeling and what that meant. I tried to connect. She did more than abandon me. She was disgusted by me. The absence of everything taught me that if you let yourself care about anyone more than you care about yourself and your purpose, you will lose. You will lose the will to live, the light in your heart that keeps you warm at night, or the luster in your hair, or the lovely tone of a song. You'll be crushed by it. Because that's how this world was made to work. But for the first time in a long time, I think I'd like to live in a world where that's not the case. And it's infuriating that you and your companions would have me feel anything again. Do you know the real problem with all of this, Branwen, is that the answer to your question of whether or not I would abandon you again is no. Because I know what it's like to be left. I know what it's like to be forced away. I know what it's like to be put in a box and locked away. I know what it's like to lose the will for everything. The will I see slipping away from you day by day, minute by minute, and clung to by those closest to you, trying to pull you back from the brink. And for some reason, I feel myself thinking that I don't want that to happen to you. So no, I won't leave. But tell you this, if you keep something from me again, because you can't trust me or bear the fact that perhaps for a fleeting moment I might be angry about the enduring suffering that has been the tell of my life, I get a little upset. Do we have an understanding?
Randy went to Drakens. There's another way to get there at Alari's tomb. It might not be there anymore.
Alaris is where I was sent to. It is gone. So long as Valyria never learns of Drakenvoss's tower, we'll be fine. It's good to
I
know there's still a way.
I don't know how to get in though. Randy did, but I didn't.
He what?
Randy was able to pass through and I wasn't.
When?
I don't know how. When we got Clarissa, you weren't here yet.
I know. Why didn't I know? He has to come back. You have to get him back now.
Why?
Get him back now. And she's going to turn and start like kind of storming back towards the tower. The lake, rather. Like the tower at the lake.
If you elaborate, I can maybe
We
convince
might not
you.
have time.
I'm gonna cast sending to Randy. Hey
Um,
girl, hey.
before you're able to do that,
Oh, okay, okay.
Dunk, Clarissa, you two are combing Draken's tower, Clarissa's tower. I will have you make investigation checks to attempt to find things.
13.
Okay. You can do so with advantage because she is helping.
Still a 13.
Okay. All right, I'm just combing my notes. Okay. I would say you're able to spend a decent amount of time kind of going through, but Clarissa isn't being as helpful as you would like. She's kind of pulling things off of the shelves at multiple points to like ask you if you want to do things with them. Like she's just going through a lot of the various artifacts and things that were left behind by your group. Um, and actually, I'm realizing I misspoke earlier in that you did not take the helmet with a cable attached to it. Um, and so she like pulls that back up and is like wearing it and walking around the tower with it. Um, and at one point she yanks out a spell scroll like from like one of the many like basically you're in the enchantatorium and you just have like all the crisscross applesauce um, bookshelves that are made for scrolls, and she's like just pulling them down and reading them, and she goes, "Oh my god, we should cast this one," and then you're begrudgingly saying no, and she's just running off and looking for other ones.
Um, Clarissa, wait. What does that scroll do?
What?
What does that scroll do?
Oh, hold on. Let me not do it on the tab where all my notes are. Enchantatorium.
As you're looking, I'll say, we'll do one fun one,
Okay.
and then we can go back to work.
Okay. Oh, this one's really good. Okay, it says that if we do this and we draw the right circle on the ground and say this incantation, we will be able to summon a friend. And based on all of the things that you're talking about, that could be really useful right now, right? Like we want to be able to have an ally, a perpetual ally in this fight against the mind guy.
I like friends.
You like friends? I like friends. Should we try it?
Let's try it.
Okay, you draw the circle, and I'll start rehearsing the incantation.
Oh boy.
I'll have you make an Arcana check.
Oh no. uh, you sure it's not a performance check?
I'm positive.
Oh boy. That's a 7.
Okay, it is pretty hastily drawn, and you're frequently distracted because she's kind of shouting the instructions off of the scroll. And you also hear a weird Randy roll a D100.
Okay. 77.
Okay, given the fact that you are using a spell that is traditionally designed for a temple in a non-temple space, you are aware that it might not always put you back where you're meant to be. But you,
Right.
so in this circumstance, you find yourself popped just outside of the room, with the metal orb, the sphere of spell inducing helpfulness. I forget what I called it. But the place where you cast the teleportation room. There we go. Um, and you hear Clarissa like shouting instructions from around the corner. Um, and the two of them are clearly in the library around the corner.
Do I recognize the spell that's being cast?
No.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of like I think that like when I use word of recall in like this way, in like the way that it's not meant to be used, I like get kind of like I don't know. For flavor, I get kind of like jostled around, so I like
Okay.
I land like, and I like am holding my coffee, so if it falls out, drink the rest of it, smash the mug on the ground, run into the room, touch the orb real quick, and then run down the hallway and like run into the room where Doug and Clarissa are, and I go, "What are you guys doing?"
Yeah, so Randy just appears in the room while you were drawing out the scroll.
It worked.
Clarissa's like mid-read. What are you doing here?
Hey, so we're gonna go on a field trip. You guys, want to come to the Arcadia realm with me?
Absolutely.
How would one do that? I mean, like, totally? I love realm travel.
You love realm travel. I've heard this about you. It's great to meet you. Sorry we got off on the wrong foot there. I was boggled by Draken Voss dying. And you seem like you've kind of got your now that you're not filled with orb madness. You seem a lot like you're just like better off. Like and Dunk seems like a really good guy for you to like just kind of hang out with and be with. This is great. I'm anyway glad to have you aboard. Let's go to the Arcadia realm.
How do you suggest we do that? Do do you know the gate spell?
Yeah, yeah. Well, what? What? No, we're gonna go through the mirror,
What mirror?
the mirror that goes to the world tree. I think you guys have been there before. Wait,
What
I don't know that, do
what tree?
I? The
The
world
the
tree, the
world
one
tree.
with the it's big tree, gets you places.
That's where we were.
What?
I didn't know you've been there, Randy. Do I know that?
Yeah, no,
I
I
don't think.
popped there real quick just to see if I could do it.
Wait a second. You were in the void?
No,
What are you talking
different
about?
different part of the world tree, maybe. Maybe you were under it in the dirt of it all.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm gonna go do that now. I don't know what you guys are doing, but this is gonna be cool.
It's gonna be great.
Okay.
Wait, no. Okay, we'll do that, and then we can summon a friend.
Okay. I know this sounds way cooler. I'm okay with this.
Insight. No, I don't care.
Yeah.
All right. You all head over to the mirror. Uh, Branwen, I'll say at this point, you can send your message.
Hey, girl, hey. Seraphel says stop. Just hold on, hold on. We're coming. We're on our way. Just hold on.
um, I'm gonna message back. That makes sense that Seraphel wouldn't want me to do this. No?
Casted back again. How
Yeah,
dare you make me use these spell slots?
Doug and Clarissa are just standing there as Randy freezes in the hallway, sipping his coffee and looking up at the ceiling as he like talks into his mind.
And I like will look over my shoulder and be like, it's Branwen.
Oh,
Randy, at least wait for me.
Clarissa just, oh, that bitch.
And I message back.
Please.
Okay, I'll wait for you.
Okay. What's happening?
They're at the tower, and they won't come here.
Yes. No.
And he's been there before,
Yes.
and that is where we must go.
Okay, let's go get the others. Are we
Yeah, she's at the
running?
beach, like with them, as you're like catching up to her. We're going to Clarissa's
Surprise
tower.
teleport. Everyone hold hands. And I will teleport us to I'll do the mirror that I saw because that's a very specific place.
Roll a d100.
Historically, great at rolling. 91.
Okay. Yes. Each of you are able to basically, like, as the gateway opens up, you can see the interior of Drakenvoss's bedroom once more as Randy, Clarissa, and Dunk walk into the bedroom. So all of you are able to step out and basically meet one another in the bedroom as you're entering. And Seraphel lingers for a moment as she steps through and kind of stares at the mirror.
I see that Seraphel's with you, and I go, "Oh, you just like told her?"
When did you go there? And
This
what?
must have been Fey Realm time, like 3 days ago, 4 days ago, maybe.
As a
Uh,
note, I'm standing between the mirror and everybody else. Just gonna take up a position.
Anybody want to tell me what the hell is going on?
we're gonna go find Ted.
You cannot just travel
And
by the world tree. When you went there, what did you see?
Big tree.
And what happened to you?
Well, I cast legend lore on the tree, and then that almost went extremely poorly for me. But I don't think we're
Yes,
gonna quite do it this time, so we should be fine.
Randy. I believe now at least two people here will vouch for me when I say that this. I mean this in a supportive way. You are not strong enough for this. It will break your mind.
It's been broken before.
It will break it for the last time.
Okay. So when I asked you how to get to Realm Arcadia, and you said you could use the World Tree, you were not suggesting we use the World Tree to get
I
there.
was not.
Okay. Then what is the other way that you have in mind? Oh, wonderful person with ideas.
I don't necessarily have a reasonable way for one to get there. The tree is there to prevent people from going between these places. That's why it was there in the first place. A realm as distant as Acadia can only be achieved through rapid travel through the tree, which is mind-bending, to say the least. And what you have done by going in there is set off an alarm to anyone that knows of its whereabouts, which means someone knows where and when you did that.
Who?
You know.
Well,
feels like the rest of us are missing a little context here.
I'm sure she's talking about Ellie guy.
I am not talking about Eli Goy.
Are you
You.
talking about Valerian?
I am talking about the one other
No.
individual still alive to ward these gateways.
Oh shit. Is he what so what's he going to do about it?
He will destroy this gateway. And all of us. Well,
You think he's
you.
coming here now? Does he know it's here?
We're here right now. And if we mean to ever use this again, we will now defend this.
Wait, we have to
Okay.
kill this guy now?
Or reason with him, but so long as I'm here, I find that very difficult to understand. Because
I
as
don't know.
every fiber of my being wishes to kill him, I will not.
I
Because for
will say
some
the last
reason, I would be very curious in all of you surviving.
The last time that I talked to him, he did say that he wished that he had listened to you. So I think you might have more of an upper hand than you think, talking and reasoning with the big old dragon guy.
Stepping through that mirror is all I've wanted. And I'm telling you, don't do it. Do not make a larger mistake to make up for the one of countless you've already made.
Okay. So I'll rearrange the steps a little bit, but as far as I can tell, we do need Ted, correct?
That would seem to be the answer right now.
Okay.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Yes.
Can't we just use that spell jammer thingy you were talking about?
Oh, could we fly there?
It would take weeks, but yes, we could go there. Theoretically. It has been millennia since anyone has attempted this.
Great
And
time to start.
yes, there's, like they say, no time like the Get behind me. Now.
What's going on?
The few windows in the room blot out for just a moment, as a fleeting moment of darkness, as dark as the night passes over. And you can hear this cascading rush of wind billowing through the trees, scattering around. And the air suddenly feels very still. And you feel it before you see it. As the entire tower shakes and quakes, with two loud crashes above you as something seems to land on the roof of the tower. Make a perception check.
Do we need to?
Yes.
I rolled very poorly this time.
Natural 20,
And
baby.
what if I told you I got a 17?
Dirty 20.
And what then?
Oh, we know what's up here, Christopher.
I am perceiving so well right now.
All
We
of
know
you,
what's happening.
all of you see the faint tinge of a smile form on Seraphel's lips as she stares
This
up,
girlie's gonna get to fight.
as the ceiling rips asunder. The entire
Alright, cool.
top of the tower is pulled apart
Oh, Clarissa's gonna be so mad.
by mass. Yeah, you just hear "What the fuck" from behind you as the
I used to know a guy really
entire
good at repairing roofs.
ceiling just begins to rip open as this swirling darkness takes over from this massive beast blotting out the sun, larger than any building that you've ever seen from the streets of Hylasera to the one you stand in now. It
Oh,
scales
wow.
like burnished moonlight and wings furling up into the sky, pounding like rolling thunder. Each beat stirring up, kicking up dust and debris and bricks and the silks and fineries that glitter Draken's room, now casting up in a tornado of the vortex that begins to form in the room where you all now sit. And you can feel too as its feet descend off of the tower and onto the ground as it pulls down the outside wall to allow its head to slip in. It's bigger than a carriage. It's massive teeth,
Jaws.
teeth the size of
Dang.
great swords, and its eyes older than empires. colder than the void, sweep you. Your breath catches just a little bit for all of you, but two. This is the first time you have ever seen such a creature, and it is larger even than the head that's mounted on the wall downstairs. And finally, this beast exhales, the sound like a storm breaking on the horizon. And then it speaks not from its lips, but in your minds. Interloper. One called Randy.
Hello, Valerian. Fancy to meet you here.
Silence! You have poisoned the realm eternal, and you understand not what you have seen. For the rest of
Big
you,
tree.
turn him over, and no harm will befall you. Seraphel, what are you doing here? As Seraphel steps forward and meets the beast face to face, and just glowers at him. You finally achieve everything you wanted. That buffoon sends you to the material plane everywhere you wanted to be, and you return here for what? I didn't accomplish everything I wanted. You're still breathing, aren't you? You are and always have been a reckless child. When you were not slaying babes at their mother's breast, you yearned and swooned while all the rest of us upheld our oaths. Upheld your oath? For how long have you had to tell yourself the lie so that sounded so convincing, Valerian? Are you so weak so as to not meet me in the form we share? Weak. What is weakness in the eyes of a murderer? You never understood me, Valerian. You stood beside me, but you never saw the path or walked the path we walked. The gods called on us to serve, and I served without hesitation, without doubt. You and all the rest wavered. You left. You call me a murderer, but I was. She looks over at you, Willem. I was an instrument of their vengeance. What were you in service to beyond your own mortal ambitions? I know I'm something more now. What is done is done. You are a danger unto yourself and unto others. What would you have us do? Have divinity be undone, sunder the gods, and leave what behind? The void is dark and empty with fouler beasts than you, Seraphel. Who stands between us and the nothing, if not the divine? You are a fool, Valerian. You dare not speak its name because you still live in fear of what you were too weak to defeat. But they have returned. And you know deep down in the darkest recesses of your mind that you need me. The head rotates and kind of pushes along the side of the wall, its neck craning into the room. I know of your failures, and I know of theirs. In your incessant fight to return, you've driven these foolish mortals to the realm of places they don't understand. To peer into the annals of history in foolish, childish books, and secrets that were better left covered up. You are to blame for awakening Goy, and brought them upon the innocent. And I will do what must be done, the only thing that should be done. That which I learned from you. I will raze this building to the ground, and that city with it, purging this realm of mortal progeny that has seen its face, your newfound companions included.
No, you should not do that. And here's why. Dumb. That's a dumb thing to do.
Dumb.
Um, is it? I feel like, you know, are you able to help us with the whole Eli Goy situation? Because it feels like you perhaps have a lot of knowledge that we don't have. We don't have to, fuck with the world tree anymore. That's cool, man. If you could help us with this big old gate thing that we got going on here, we can get rid of him and we could all just like chill out.
We do not need the gate. We need only purge this place of those who have seen its face, those who have seen the terrors of its nightmares. When it comes and descends upon a world, there is a limited time of action, and I will deliver upon it a justice so swift that you are incapable of understanding, if that means your death, as it should.
Yeah,
And
but you're
this
not getting
is,
to like the core, the actual like issue here is that
I
he's
know
out
the
there.
issue.
So we should do that. We should get rid of like, Mr. Guy instead of Eli Goy. We should get rid of him
And I will.
instead of,
You're just
By burning you out
reading
of
intentions, and we're
existence,
trying.
and burning that mortal progeny from the town on the bay, it will rid it from this world. Sometimes sacrifices must be made. I learned that from her.
But then wouldn't it just happen again?
There are no memories left when you are all in the ground. Seraphel is now pacing, starting to flank around the side of Valyrian. You forget yourself, Valyrian. You couldn't defeat me last time. What hubris says you could do it now? You watch as one of the beast's eyes rotates towards the side, following her, the others fixed on you. Aye, this is true. But that is when you were whole. I see nothing but a fractured child before me now. The eye fix
You're
on you, Willem, as you go. "Ah."
So, in the interest of full transparency, we should also probably let you know that the nightmare plague is loose all over the mortal or the material plane, and so unless you'd like to scour an entire plane from existence, which you seem very powerful, but I don't know if you're that powerful, um, there's no getting the 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 cat back in the bag, as it were.
we got to kill the cat.
And I will do so. You can make a persuasion check, though,
right.
Willem.
Can you do it with advantage?
I
No,
would love to do it with advantage.
you cannot.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Our God is an awesome God.
can you guys still hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I got so excited I knocked the thing out of my speakers so I couldn't hear you for a second. I got a 25. 18 plus 7.
Okay. Uh, his head kind of rotates.
I can't hear you anymore. Oh, fuck. Okay, one more time.
His head kind of
Hong Kong.
rotates
Yep.
around. Uh, and as the DM, let me characterize this is not a one-off conversation. This will involve multiple, if you mean to attempt to dissuade him from his conquest.
I would love to not have to kill each other. This is me, Nolan, saying that.
When you say this entire plain, I understand it to be a city by the bay. And you, who walk freely, carrying its infection wherever you lay your weary heads to rest. Which leads me to believe that you are the true issue. You discovered this terrible plague and unleashed it by delving where you need not delve, and you only delved because of her.
No, that was my fault.
Yes, and why did you dig so deep? What
Oh
brought you
yeah,
down
was you.
there?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
fair.
I mean, if we're going to be fully like that about it, it's probably Adara's fault for giving Randy the mission to kill Seraphel.
Do
in
not
the
speak
first
ill of the Hearthkeeper.
Actually,
Oh,
so
we're
true.
gonna.
Didn't you speak ill of the Hearthkeeper the last time we talked?
Yes, but I still stand by my oath.
Your oath sucks, dude.
It does.
Then why are you doing it?
No, Seraphel said that part.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. As I explained to you, Randy, no longer of the Hearthkeeper, it would seem. He burps. And you
Does a
smell
little
like
fire come out of it?
it's not fire, but cold comes out of it.
An
Ew,
dragon.
that's scary.
Um,
A
and
cold burp, yucky.
he looks at you all and says, "If I recall, Randy, you would understand that I saw what was undone. But I am also wise enough to understand that without those that stand between us and the beyond, there is nothing. And so I will fulfill my oath. I will defend divinity, and I will understand that if Seraphel is allowed to accomplish her goal as you see fit to let her, this entire thing comes undone. So I will do what must be done. If you are telling me that there is a better way, then hand her over, and I will help you."
Question. What exactly is divinity doing to prevent anything?
You cannot understand as the gods work in mysterious ways, but further,
Oh my
To
god.
explain at least. Jesus Christ, whoever that is.
but you live in a realm
That
that is,
henchman we killed in the Waltham Wood.
but you
Oh yeah, we
live,
killed him.
do you mind?
Yeah, go on.
But you live in a place not underneath their divine right to rule. You live in a place created to protect their realm, created to protect all the realms. Your existence here is an accident. I know this now. All of you are mistakes. All of you were allowed to live by the whims of those of my brothers and sisters. I see now that this was a mistake, for you are the greatest threat to everything.
Greater threat than Eli Goy.
El guy.
Why would he be here if not for you?
Well, he existed before we did, no?
I would like to say something about Adara. I asked her kind of point blank if I should go down there, and she told me yes. She said yes, go down there. So I did. Um,
What?
I said all my friends don't really want me to do this thing, but I think it's really important. This is me at the time. That guy was not very intelligent. But I said all my friends don't want me to go, but you say that it's the most important thing ever, and that I should go down there. Should I do it? And then Adara was like, "You need to do what you need to do. Well, fuck your friends." And I was like, "Okay." So I did it for the greater good, I thought. Um, so that was Adara that told me to do that. I don't know if we can, put our full like trust and like I don't know if we can like trust the whole divinity thing if they're steering us down paths that might
What purpose
accidentally
would she
lead
have
to
for
conflict.
actually sending you down there? Clearly, as a champion, she would have told you why. No, Valyrian, she wouldn't have. I believe that much has become clear over the last 2,000 years.
Also, forgive me for possibly speaking out of turn and about things I don't understand, but if Adara was willing to lead her champion into temptation, abandon them, and then kill him, what makes you think you're any different? You're just an instrument to that divinity, the same as he was and the same as Seraphel was.
That is a
I,
position
I start pointing at well, like,
That is a position I accept.
Great.
Seraphel cannot be allowed to do what she wishes to do. And if all of
Sure.
you are allowing that to happen, then you are a threat.
Valerian, please don't get me wrong here. I do not want to kill the gods.
What?
No, I think that would be kind of pointless. It seems like we're kind of just, continuing a cycle of killing each other forever until, I don't know. It doesn't feel right to be getting violence with violence, that whole thing.
You said. Listen to your friends now, Seraphel. Even they do not share a common goal with you.
Oh, sorry. Let me hold on. I don't want to kill the gods. I want to kill divinity.
Beg your pardon.
Yeah. Oh shit, we're gonna fight now, huh?
Divinity
Hold,
is all that exists.
hold on. Hold
It
on.
is the reason that you exist. Without divinity, this all ends.
How do you know?
Hold,
Branwen, go ahead.
what we're trying to do is solve this problem, which is your problem.
I have the
Why not
solution.
let us why not let us try another solution?
The longer it persists, the further it spreads. As far as I'm aware, it is contained in at least locations I can handle. It has not
So
spread across this plane as the boy would suggest, unless there is something that you're not telling me.
I mean, other than the fact that the town that's full of the infection has trade routes to other nearby cities. It's kind of an interconnected world,
Then I
whole
will
economy.
then I will burn the countryside and trace it to its dying breath. The
You would
longer it
scour
is
an entire plane of existence rather than just here in
Willem,
this
that's the point. He
maybe
would.
not having to murder
Yeah, no,
thousands.
she
he will
hasn't
do that.
she
Willem,
hasn't told you how we did it the last time, did you?
Willem. He is not afraid to do this. Valerian,
What?
let us try.
Seraphel, make an insight check, Randy.
26.
You see Seraphel kind of like anxiously look over at you and Branwen and kind of like tighten her grip on her sword, which at the moment still remains sheathed. And hold on. Valerian sees that as well. Not entirely forthright with your new companion, Seraphel. Yes, we infected an entire realm and let Goy chase it, so that we would put him in exactly the place we wanted it to be, in a place that benefited our defeat of it. Millions were lost by our design. You think I care about the tens of thousands? No. As I have told you before, Randy, my life is measured in the lives I save, not the lives I kill, just as hers was. Seraphil speaks up. Then you're no different than me, and you never were. You lost your way. Lost my way. I found the truth, and you hated me for it. It's that simple.
Valerian, just let us
It
let us try. Valerian,
It would
Valerian.
be it would be very cool if we could perhaps pick up this conversation at a later date. Yeah, let us try.
You can roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Which one of us?
Branwen has been saying let us try more frequently, so.
That's great
And
because her charisma's probably higher.
Randy's making the case, Branwen's making the request.
Come on, load character sheet. That is a 23.
Valyrian raises his head back and like pulls up just a massive paw, clawed, and rests his head against it. Kind of looks down at you all, casting you all in a very long shadow. You would put the fate of all eternity at risk for the lives of the people in this place.
We are already operating under that assumption.
Also, you could help.
You may do so on two conditions. Should you fail, I burn every last one of you. You have a month. 2.
Is that Feywild time or is that material plane time?
It's a month wherever we are right now.
Shit.
Okay.
Where are we? Do you know? No, I don't say that.
That's a month here. That's a very long time.
I know. I was quizzing him to see if he knew what the
Oh.
name of this plane was, just for
Oh,
the
no,
bit,
that-
but I don't actually say that out
I
loud.
mean, he lives here, so he lives on this
Oh.
plane. She comes with me.
No.
Why?
We
As I said to you a very long time ago, rather not that long ago, Randy. She is a danger to everything she touches.
Now, that feels a little bit. That's not
productive.
true.
Point.
How about she
Counterpoint.
stays with us? She stays with us the entire time.
And then she dies.
With us if we fail. He's one of us.
And if you're super opposed to that, what better way for you to keep an eye on her than for you to come with us?
No.
Oh.
I must prepare for the inevitable of your failing.
If
Because,
it's inevitable,
as I
why are you
said,
giving us a chance?
Willem,
the only thing I am giving you a chance because you seem to be emotionally attached to needing to say goodbye to those who are doomed to fail anyway. You have a month because that is how long I fear we have left. And the longer it goes on, the more difficult it becomes for me to do it alone. I will be preparing for your inevitable failure. She can't help you. But if you are to succeed by some stroke, she must die.
I turn to Seraphel and I go, "You cool with that?"
No.
he stays with us.
For now.
2 months.
1 month.
1.5
months.
1 month.
All right, man, let's get to work.
His head begins to kind of drag out of the tower, and it stops and freezes in front of Seraphel. And no words are exchanged, but you see like the eyes of both of them like twitch and flicker back and forth. Until finally, Valyrian pulls out of the tower. and you can see into the great long fungal forests outside Silverhaven from the massive cavernous hole that's been left in Draken's Tower as he ascends up into the heavens and back away towards the distant mountains of Yvern.
Well,
What a
that went
dickhead.
swimmingly. We didn't even fight him.
And Brown's gonna sit down and be stressed.
Honestly, I'm surprised we even have a month like at all. I thought like I figured we are all gonna like turn into Swiss cheese in like I don't know a week.
Oh, just our
But
brains.
well, yeah.
Well, that's definitely not going to happen because of the whole thing I'm doing. So that shouldn't be a problem as of like tomorrow, hopefully. And then I don't know. I guess we'll just figure out this whole engine business.
Are we going to talk about my tower?
Oh yeah, that is a bummer that my tower's a little bit fucked up.
Yeah, I'm sorry I got again.
Your
Crazy.
tower?
Well, I killed Dragon Boss, so
Oh,
the deed
no.
goes to me.
And I was captured here for 50 years. It's my tower.
You might be the owner of the Void, which you've been in for 50 years. I don't know if squatters' rights applies to a tower.
I mean, I don't think.
Does Finders Killers?
Yeah, I don't think that applies either.
Yeah. I lived here before. Besides the point, and at this point, Cena will also jump in. That feels like not the thing that we should be talking about right now. How about the fact that a giant lizard was just in here and was talking to us in our heads? And apparently, uh,
Cena, that wasn't a lizard. That was a dragon.
That was a big ass dragon.
Willem and Branwen don't know that.
Yes, I do, because there's
Uh,
a
I
dragon
know what
head
a
mounted
dragon
in
looks like.
the tower, and it has been described as a dragon head to us before.
By nobody, only because it's been described as a dragon head, because that's what it sounds like to a human being, but not to a character in this world who doesn't know what a dragon is.
What?
Randy will
I don't know what a
say,
dragon.
no, he was a dragon.
Exactly.
Wait, the Feywild doesn't know what dragons are?
No, they, as
Dragons
far as
live,
you know,
dragons
they do
live.
That's
not
crazy
exist.
lore. That's crazy lore.
Yeah. The only person that's seen anything about dragons besides Randy is Dunk, and he put the book back on the shelf and decided not to learn anything about it. That would have made that all much more clear for these very cool reveals at the end of the campaign.
Readings for nerds.
So true.
So true, bestie.
Okay. So the points still
Wait, I just
stand.
realized that we're playing Dungeons and Dragons, and Chris decided that we don't know what dragon.
What are that?
It's not a
Dungeon,
dungeon. It's a cellar
dungeons,
where people are forcibly confined.
fuck
You don't
off.
know
Dungeons
it's
and
a
really big
dungeon.
lizards.
Dungeons and really big lizards. Uh,
Yeah.
a voice breaks through, like all of you kind of just shouting at each other. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're one of us now, bitch.
Yeah, we can revisit the whole killing God things later, but
We will not.
that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about that right now.
Oh yeah, and in a month he's like not gonna kill you.
Yeah, no, we'll kill him
Yup.
if it comes to that, which it won't.
It won't, because we're gonna do really good that thing.
Thank you.
So
How
now that
about
we're sorry, go ahead, Branwen.
gonna say, how about we go back to the lake far side where we have infinitely more time? I think.
How about
I
we go through the mirror to get Ted?
That's a terrible idea. Did we're
He said we had a month. What's he gonna do? Come back and kill us? break his
will.
promise. You know he's all about oaths.
No, I guess
Yeah.
the whole thing about the mirror is that our minds will break if we go.
I'm
the
pretty
world.
close to the edge already, so
Well,
I don't want to go in there.
We can't use the spelljammer because Seraphel said that would take weeks, and we have a month.
We
Yeah.
have weeks. We have a month
Here.
here.
Time does not pass in
Can
the
you-
astral plane.
Can we take the boat to? Wait.
Not a boat, it's a vessel.
Wait,
Oh, I can get us out of the astral plane if we need to.
Well, then how do you go from there? I need to tell you all something.
Hey.
what was that?
Yes, I sacrificed millions of people so that we might attempt to defeat Eli Goy. But two, I didn't know that Randy had gone to the tree. By all rights, I am supposed to know that. Valerian did, and
Okay.
I did not.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Does that have something to do with the fact that you were locked in the shadow realm for, years and years and years?
Potentially.
Or that you've, voiced your opposition to the gods on many occasions, and as such may no longer be one of their favored people and have lost your connection to the tree.
For intents and purposes, that would assume that I was no longer in existence.
Seraphel, are you also a dragon?
Dragon.
It's cool if you are. We'll love you no matter what.
Do you have the ability to turn into that still?
Yes.
Have you tried?
Maybe if she tries, she should do it in somewhere that's not Clarissa's
He also
slash
sort of like
summon's
roasted
Yeah,
tower.
her a little
get
bit about
outside.
not being whole anymore, so like probably she can't do that so good.
Well, don't assume.
Don't talk about me like I'm not here. I believe he
I'm
was
fine.
referring to my mental state.
Oh. Well, he doesn't exactly seem like the most well-adjusted person in the world, so
Thank you.
who cares what he thinks? You're awesome. Have I said that?
Make an insight check.
13?
And a perception check.
14.
You are able to see out of the corner of your eye, Sinigo.
I am number one Seraphel simp now.
Clearly.
I was just not. Okay.
So how about we go back to a plane where we have what, like 8 times the time than we have here, for at least so we can figure out what we're doing next.
That's smart.
Where's that magical water fountain where I get all my spell slots back?
Oh, it's
Oh,
on all.
it's right over. Yeah, right over
Not a
there.
water fountain, it's a Vandegraaff generator.
Oh, it's
That's
a
right.
bubbler. Okay.
You
That's for us
Midwestern piece
Wisconsin
of shit.
kiddos. Yeah, I tap the bubbler and
I bet you
get it
wear your
over.
tennis shoes while you're doing it too.
No, we call them gym shoes, but whatever. Um,
That's
yeah,
what
I'll go
that's what
tap it.
that meme. It's like, where I'm from, we call fries potato jammies. And the guy goes, where are you from?
Yeah, I go tap the bubbler and get spell slots back. Whoa, okay, okay. Let's we're should we go back to my insanely haunted house?
Hell yeah.
Dunk and I are staying here.
Okay.
We need to finish looking for the stuff. Right, Dunk?
Okay.
I mean, we can't build the engine without the stuff.
That's right.
Um, I would also, I would like for you both to be there while we discuss our next plans, so we have both of your inputs, so we can, dare I say, divide and conquer.
Fine.
Krista, we'll come back here and
Yeah, which might make it so you come back here and continue looking for stuff, but we got to figure out what we're gonna do.
Fair enough. If you say so. If you insist upon it. If you insist. Cysts. Those are gross. Why would you want to be in a cyst?
Can I insight check Clarissa to see like
What
I
the
want to
hell is going on there?
I want to parse if she is like just being possessive over Dunk and if she cares about us at all.
Okay. So,
I think we already know.
frame, you're trying to understand if she likes you or dislikes you or like only likes Dunk. Like,
I guess
She's not actually like trying to find out if she has any intentions to actually help or if she just wants to like fool around with Dunk in the tower.
yeah, kind of.
okay, that's gonna be difficult to insight.
Yeah, fair.
But go ahead.
Yeah, 18.
You're able to tell that like she's definitely annoyed that she's being bossed around, and that she is someone who would really much rather prefer plow her own fields.
Hanging out with Dunk.
And I didn't mean that
Dunk's
in
plowing her fields now. Hey yo!
Nice.
But yes, but you're unable to glean anything more than that.
Fair.
Right. I'll
All
take
right,
us back
team.
to my haunted house.
The teleportation circle should do the same thing. We don't always need to do the way that you want to do it.
Sorry, I'm just used to doing it this way.
Is that Cena or Clarissa?
Clarissa.
Clarissa,
Says
we
it's
can use your
Clarissa.
teleporter. Yeah, why
That
not?
was Clarissa.
I mean, yeah,
Great.
it kind of just not always available to me, you know. Okay, I'll grab hands.
Brandon, you've
Teleport
been
us.
doing a lot of teleporting lately.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm really
I
tired.
just want you to have your spell slots. Like, I don't want you to tire yourself out. That's all.
Okay,
Hold
I'm gonna
on, hold on.
Okay.
You don't need to
Whoa
insight
there.
check that, man.
Whoa there. Uh-huh.
Branwen's eyes just narrow.
I'm gonna inside check her again. Is she gonna take us to the place you want to go? Or is she like being a trickster about this?
Okay.
Nat 20.
Yeah, she's taking you to where you want to go.
She's just being a bitch about it.
Yeah,
Alright.
100%. Yeah, she's
Yeah,
just.
I
as
she
a
was
woman,
like-
I don't need to insight check that.
I thought she was gonna fucking like kidnap us all.
I just look around and then my eyes sort of fix on Clarissa and I go, yeah, there aren't any problems here.
That's great to hear.
no problems.
Why would you say something like that?
Let's just go. Jesus Christ. Whoever
Who?
What's
that
going
is.
on?
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We got time wasting something. I don't know.
Okay. Just give me a minute. I need to figure out the scroll. And she's just like kind of like going around very methodically placing the different spell components on the circle. So I'm Brett just going. And I imagine that's what Randy's doing. He's just watching her like.
Randy's like, Brandon could just cast it. She doesn't need to do all this stuff.
Well,
Fredwin's job is teleport.
uh,
so
and,
good
then
at
she's-
it.
and
That's
so
all I do.
we're going to where on the material
Lake.
plane? Eben Lake
Lake.
Like,
at the material plane.
well,
Sure.
we only need to stay on. We could stay on this side, and then I just take everyone over.
Right. Well, that's no big deal. I think this can do that. And
You
then,
think?
well, okay, maybe I'll take us to the lake
Okay.
and casts teleport, and she rolls a d100.
That the point
Wouldn't
of
it be
casting it
crazy
from
if we
that
didn't
specific circle
go
is
where we were supposed to be going? She's
Oh
gonna
my
take
god,
us
are we
to the
going to
lake.
that?
Okay. And you all find yourselves as like the portal, unlike teleport, how Branwen casts it, the light kind of like shimmers around you as you stand on the circle, and she's like, come on, step on. And as you step into the ring, you end up like stepping out onto the banks of the Evan Lake. It's not really like a stepping through as much as it is like stepping on. Suddenly you are in another location, and it feels very tingly, like your hair lifts on end.
See,
Which
easy peasy.
side? Are we on the material or face side?
Face side. Okay.
Very, very good.
Thanks, Clarissa.
Alright, who wants to go first? Okay.
You send everybody through unless there's anything special or something you would like to do beyond bringing them through.
I give Cena a little kiss on the cheek as I send her through.
Okay.
Oh,
Look at Buster's memories.
Okay, I look at Buster's memories as I bring him through. And I bring
Okay.
through Maple too.
As Buster goes through the lake, you actually see that as he kind of like pads his way and wades his way over to you, he kind of like nuzzles against your shin. And as you're able to start kind of like peering through his memories, you see
Are you about to
uh,
make me cry again?
oh, was he a sad puppy in a box outside of
So
like the store?
puppy, and then you
no, you
just
see a lot of memories with a very like rambunctious little child, and it has two eyes. Does not wear an eye patch. Is like a normal, a fully functioning child with long, shaggy black hair. But you
fully
get this sense
functioning.
that
Are you implying one-eyed people aren't fully functioning, Chris?
no, I'm
It
not.
was cool.
Next thing I know,
You
someone's gonna
ableist
get a
piece of
potion of
shit.
deafness. I swear to God.
As you're peering, I'm not gonna. The dog's memories are gonna be really sad now. As as you peer through the memories, they're having so much fun playing fetch, um, doing lots of things that a child and dog do together. They go on walks together, they go hunting together. And you actually, through Buster's eyes, see a very pleasant upbringing for who you hear through the dog's ears, in the sense that you can like hear passing phrases, but it all sounds very warbled and like just like Charlie Brown noises, except for whenever there's a word Buster or Scraft. So it's like wah 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 Scraft, wah 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 Buster, wah 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 Buster. Um, and so you get the sense that this is young Laserhawk and young Buster. And then one day Scraft and Buster are out on a walk, and Buster gets out. And
No,
Buster
Chris.
breaks into Old Man Jenkins' yard. Right? That's the name, right,
No,
Randy?
Chris.
Yeah, I think I called him Old Man Jenkins.
Who gets into Old Man Jenkins' yard?
Chris, think very carefully about what you're about to say.
And Buster
Make
was just
Stephanie cry.
a little hungry that day. And he saw a chicken
Chris,
running across the
no.
yard. And when he went to lunge the chicken, Old Man Jenkins got in the way to shoo off Buster.
You're
Buster.
about to say this in front of someone who still has their old dog as their phone screensaver 4 years later.
And then a lot of bad stuff happens.
Thank you.
Yes.
And then a hag brought him back.
Yes, and then its next memory
Look,
is
it's Connie.
cutie. Wait,
He's my good Connie.
here's Clover.
Hey, Clover.
My
Um,
background's all Dune.
Boo.
Ooh. And then Buster very excitedly runs back onto the material plane.
Yay! It's a happy story.
Buster never died.
Ever.
It's
You'd
fine. Only
see a
good things happen
massive
to
gap
Buster.
of time.
Crazy.
He's just sleeping for a really long time. He
It's
is
like the end.
repaired.
It was like a Sopranos end, and then all of a sudden Buster was back. It was great.
Yeah, it's just Don't Stop Believing is playing.
No, I hate that song.
I
Um,
fucking hate that song also.
rude.
Fuck Journey. I'll say it.
Wow.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Not all their songs.
Not all their songs. Love 'em, touch 'em, squeeze
Don't
'em.
Stop Believing is a good song, but it is overplayed.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
It is. Yeah.
It's bad.
What?
Okay. Anyway, we're back on the plane.
Yes.
Snakes on.
Yeah, you're on the material plane side of the Evan Lake. It is also very late
Great.
at night.
All right.
Willem is going to go pee for approximately 2 minutes.
That's
Shall
so
we
long.
take a
That is
short break?
a long pee.
Sure.
Let's take a quick short
I'll be
break.
sitting right here.
Nice.
And we're
We
back.
better be
Oh,
really
I
hydrated and then so ready for sleepy time stories.
Yes, that's right.
That
Okay.
is just like a slight shade off crystal clear. That's
We're back.
important.
Too much.
Okay.
Too much.
You arrived back at the material plane.
All right, gang. What's happening? Sorry, I've been ferrying people back and forth. Does the act of me ferrying people take like multiple hours technically?
Or 10 minutes.
Total
Okay.
Mhm.
between planes? Okay.
Yeah.
How do we feel about going to sleep, getting a fresh start in the morning? How late is it, Chris?
The moon is about, it's like 10 o'clock at night.
Okay.
Wait, so the only one that's in danger of getting infected now is Willem?
Well, yeah.
Clarissa?
Well, Willem and Clarissa. So
Nicholas
Clarissa's infected.
was already.
what? Since when?
Oh,
I
yeah.
gave her
I'm
the.
asking
That's the
Mrs.
skunk in the
Branwen.
tower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me
That's no
Yeah.
problem.
Stephnos.
She got sexually transmitted madness.
Okay. All right, that has not been shared with the group.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
So okay, Willem and
Yeah.
Clarissa go stay in the cabin.
Why don't we make alternative sleeping arrangements? I don't think that's the greatest idea.
Also, Clarissa has to stay with us.
Oh,
My bad.
All right, congrats, Willem. You're the last one standing. Well, not really, because technically, I think Randy and Cena are fine. Actually, no, I think Cena's completely fine. Randy's infected, but not feeling it.
So, yeah, I feel fine.
Seraphel's still fine.
Yeah, she's got a, or what is it?
She taps
Yeah.
her Valkyrie helmet.
She got a thing.
All right, Willem. Have fun in the cabin by yourself. Don't do anything weird. I know you will, though.
What would I be doing, Branwen? What weird things
You're a
would I be
teenage
doing?
boy.
Yep.
It's not
You know what I'm
weird.
gonna
It's
do?
natural.
Write poetry.
Please report back on what you write.
That's what I call when I'm jorking my peanuts.
Does any...
Right, Chris? Oh man.
A nice haiku. Haiku with an N at the end. Am I right?
I'm jorking on my shit.
Okay.
Wait.
Got lotion.
Oh,
on my
not
dick.
a one.
Got lotion on my
Lotion.
dick.
Lotion on my Me too.
Dick.
Who up with they thang?
Who up? Oh no, I was gonna say who up tenderizing they meat, but
Oh
that's too long.
God! Stop!
That's
Stop!
80, man.
Is this one of the streams that doesn't get uploaded to YouTube?
Oh, I have to flag it as not made. I have to flag it as not made for kids.
Just cut this
Well, that's
whole
probably
section,
fine.
man. Just cut it.
Nat20Hot
that's
is on YouTube Kids.
No,
My
but I have to
YouTube
specify
curiosity.
the step I have to take. It's like the only interruption I have to do from the standard YouTube upload process is check a box that says no, this is not made for kids, and flag it as inappropriate content.
Okay, so that's always been checked, right?
But I have to. It's a step I have to take because of you. Because
A
of
step you're gonna
you.
have to take anyway.
Not for the many curse words that we
Because the
say.
talking about slaughtering millions of people to prevent an entity from outer space eating everybody.
no.
This is
child
America.
pornography.
Violence is okay.
Yeah, it's like they don't hear
Yeah,
that
the
on the
first
news
word that
every
just
day.
happens on the news, dude. Yeah.
Branwen, or your name is actually Steph. You're
Who knows
saying.
who I am anymore?
Anyway,
We go to our sleepy places.
what, if anything, would anyone like to do prior to taking a long rest?
Me and
You know what
Snitch
Willem's doing?
Yeah, something weird.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try something.
Oh, God.
pooping your pants.
Willem too.
Um,
Oh yeah, what does the inside of my keep look like since Randy's been in it for like what 2 months?
Oh, you haven't gotten there yet. Don't worry.
Oh nice.
2 weeks.
Has Randy been showering?
Probably
No,
No.
not.
He's
he's
not
truly,
been.
if anything, he just goes swimming in the lake and then just calling that a bath.
Okay.
Yes, Randy.
I would like to try to cast Commune and
Okay.
see what happens.
Please don't get killed again.
Okay. Can you hold
Are you
on?
telling any of us that you're doing this? You can cast Revivify if needed.
No, because I'm pretty sure it just won't work. So I'm just gonna just try it to see what happens.
Hold on.
Kind of on a whim since we've been talking about gods and stuff lately.
Okay. I want you to tell me how you attempt to cast Commune.
Okay. I'm
Smoke
just
the
gonna
bowl.
like yeah. I'm gonna smoke a bowl, kind of like lie down in the grass outside, and kind of not think about like any god in particular, but kind of just like I'm gonna take my shoes off even, so I'm like barefoot, kind of just
Dogs are out.
yeah. I'm just trying to like connect to like
You're raw dogging it.
the earth, and like kind of like just breathe in and out very very slowly, and let the feel the world around me
Okay.
in a spiritual way, I guess, without thinking of any gods in particular.
Okay. As you meditate and let the world around you, the material world around you, start to kind of slip away, fade to the peripheries, you find yourself in a lot of silence, occasionally interrupted by the chirp of a cricket or the squawk of a crow in the forests outside. Nice. Um, on the forest outside that kind of you flinch and pulls you away. and you're frustrated by the time, the emptiness of it. This is something that you used to be able to do and call upon your goddess and expect a response rather quickly. And now it just feels like you're like, you know when you think really hard, you can feel the pulling on the back of your brain, like the actual tension of your skull. You find that that's what you're attempting to do, and you're just like forcing and forcing, and then because nothing's happening, you start to let go a little bit. It's just cementing one of the fears that you were not necessarily fears, but thoughts that you already had, that whatever attachment you had to the divine is probably not there anymore. And yet you've been able to still conduct most, if not all, of your magic as you rest there and kind of dig your toes deeper into the loamy soil around the lake, or the converging rivers, rather, until finally a voice speaks in your mind. The first is soft and playful, the other harsh and cruel. Ah, we meet again. What a pleasure to hear your voice once more, to feel your thoughts and think your thoughts and see through your eyes. What a pleasure to see beyond the realms that I have been known to dwell in. This one is new to me, a novel realm, ripe for chaos. Randy.
Oh yes, I didn't expect to see you here.
So to be clear, you don't see anything. You only
I
hear
still
them
say it.
in your mind. Yeah, no, I'm just clever because in the past you have seen Adara.
Hmm,
And in this case, you are only hearing the voices in your mind, and each one
gotcha.
rings in a separate section of your mind. Or like when you have a headphone on and only
Yeah.
one ear, you only hear the voice in one of your ears.
It's like listening to the Beatles.
Yes, exactly. If I am to recall, when called in such a way, 3 questions you may ask. What is it you wish to know?
To be honest, I didn't think I'd get this far.
When someone calls and no one answers, chaos brews, and we feel drawn. Try as they might, they cannot contain that which always is.
Well, that answers my first question. So, free question, thanks. Um, I guess, is there any way that you can help me with this whole Eli Goy engine situation?
Ah, Goy, my greatest foe. For what is the enemy of chaos, if not nothing? True structure is born when nothing exists. No rules to contain us, no lines to break. It is all but nothing. For what is rebellion against nothing? But failure. That was kind of dumb. So no, I can't help you. For they trapped me before they trapped them. But know this, they are relentless. They will not stop. And they are my greatest failure as much as they are my greatest foe.
um, so what would happen if I were to, well, okay. Why did you get put down there again?
We were defeated. All of us. Punished. Most of us killed. Those that couldn't be killed. Banished. For how do you kill that which always is? You cannot. And so they chained us down here. But I am breaker of chains. So how do you chain the breaker? You don't. It is all a lie. They continue because they didn't fully answer your question. We were put down here because those of our creations that yearned for more saw a chance in the nothing. They saw a window to create a new world. For they do not see the nothing as the end of all. They see it as the beginning of the all. But they were wrong. For when they decided to rid the world of the prime deities, they rid the world of the only means of containing the void ball. And without divinity, the world will come undone. They see themselves fit to sit the thrones of kings and queens, of gods and goddesses. But they are not. They fear the world that you will create, Randy, when you let the mad dog Seraphel off her leash.
I got an idea to run by you, Azaleas. So I would like to perhaps it seems like you like old god types are like less of an ego driven type deal, and it's more of like uh a thing, a being one, or I don't know what you guys' whole deal is, but it doesn't seem like it's ego driven, which is great. uh so I think that I would like to perhaps eventually, after the Eli Goy situation is taken care of, just take all the gods, like down a peg, or the gods that not gods, but the gods, the ones that I know. Um, and I, it makes sense for me to not really. I'm not really looking for any kind of new god to worship. So I don't really want to, I don't know, enter a kind of like a, I don't know if I'm ready for like a new relationship at this point. But like, you know, if you wanted to like help me out with some magic stuff, with the knowledge that like I don't worship you, just I don't know, kind of like mutual partners in this endeavor. I'd like to, that would be cool.
What an
What do you think?
intriguing offer. It has been so long since a mortal made us any proposition. Mortal propositions are so tasty, they are so intriguing, because they tend to be wrought with peril. They think they know the answer, but they cannot comprehend the bigger picture. And so they are willing to throw it all away in the name of something they think they understand, but could never dream to conceptualize in the first place. You cannot chain the breaker of chains. I am always here and always will be. Yes, I would help you. Because what you suggest is everything I am. Divinity undone must be redone from the ashes. We will see you again soon. Goodbye, Randy.
Yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow, Zalius. It's been good.
And the voice fades, and the call of crickets and crows returns to your ears. All right.
Go to bed.
Anything else anyone else would like to do prior to their slumber?
I'm gonna go skinny dipping with Clarissa in the lake,
Fuck yeah.
and anybody else that wants to join.
Do you extend the invitation to the group?
That seems like a just you two
Yeah.
thing a little bit.
Does anyone accept the invitation?
can't go in water.
Oh yeah, we just kind of standing there.
Yeah, that'd be a little awkward.
I'm going.
That's a really funny image.
That's all I'm thinking of.
Everybody's like skinny dipping, and you just see like
And
they're
you just-
obviously naked, but the neck up. Branwood just standing there fully naked.
Like, but the person emoji, just like, oh god.
Oh, you can never take a bath with Cena again.
It's
I
just
think
that
there are
lake,
like
right?
limitations to like
Yeah,
Oh no,
bodies
it's all
of
water.
yeah. It's like
Okay,
it's like natural bodies of water. I'm gonna say.
so
We
she's
got a
not just like
So if we got a
hydrophobic.
pool, Branwen could go
It's
swimming.
yes. If it was a pool, you could do that. Well, that's
What about
Yeah.
a man-made? What about a man-made lake?
you don't know because there hasn't been the like structural engineering or infrastructure advancements that would enable that in USON at this
Oh
current
wow,
juncture. Yeah.
yeah, they need to step their hydrology game up.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No
Um.
like dams.
No dams.
why would
Hmm,
there be dams? There's no need for electricity.
That's right. Well,
that's right.
yeah, yeah. All right.
Although everything would be better if we had cell phones.
Yeah. I really do like the concept of it's Branwen. Hold on. I'm just like looking up at the sky as they're thinking in your head. Um, all right. You all take to the lake. I'm gonna say that Willem joins last, so Dunk and Clarissa are already in there talking. So like,
roast marshmallows on the shore.
okay.
Willem is just full naked, walking right past you into the lake.
Can this
I'm
be
just
happening?
blocking the view with a marshmallow on a stick.
Uh,
Like
as
Can this
as
be
Willem
happening while Randy is like communing?
commuting, yes, and
Okay.
as Willem walks away, you just hear Cena go,
no.
I hear her go nothing, but I
"You can make a perception check to see if you hear it."
15.
Yeah, you just hear a faint. "Hmm." And Branwen,
I
you look over and Cena
I
just
turn
like
around and I turn around and I just give her a wink and then keep walking.
she sees that and just turns to you. Branwen goes,
I give
"It was small,"
I give
We've rolled dice and it's normal size.
but
It's a normal
she's
The
cylinder.
average
lying to
cylinder.
Branwen after the wink.
oh at the wink, Willem takes psychic damage.
um,
We're gonna give him psychic damage.
so you guys are on the seashore or on the lake shore, river shore. Um, Clarissa and Dunk are already chatting in the river as you approach Willem. And as you approach, you just hear Clarissa go, shh, shh, shh. Hey, Willem.
Howdy.
Glad you could join us.
Oh, I won't interrupt you too much. Just trying to get some of the stank off me.
Sure.
Sure.
We're just hanging out.
Wait,
Uh,
so it's Willem and Clarissa and Dunk skinny dipping. Everybody else is on shore.
Yeah, but like you're reasonably far away. Um, and Randy
Okay,
is,
but still, it's Willem, Dunk, and Clarissa.
yes, and Randy
yeah.
is communing and like literally having a.
He's having a
I
seizure on
just
the lake
nudged Cena.
shore.
I'm like, look at how hard he's cock blocking them. Crazy.
She goes, yeah, like
Randy's seizing up next to them.
Steve just goes, this is so bizarre. When did we become such a weird group?
I don't know.
Don't know.
You're not there, Dunk.
Wait, is
Oh,
Seraphel also here?
Real
Seraphel's.
talk, if any two of us besides Cena and Branwen are comfortable naked or being naked around each other, it's Dunk and Willem.
It's
yeah.
true.
True.
That's true.
It's very true. Um,
It's happened before.
it has happened before.
It
That's
has
right.
happened before.
Yeah. All right. So as you all are in the lake or the river, it's rivers. They're converging rivers, Chris. God, you're on the material plane. As you're in the rivers, um, Clarissa is just gonna like start like kind of spinning in the water, like looking up at the stars. Um, and just, rambling at times, thinking about just like talking out loud. And then she goes, "So, Willem, dead parents, is that like a lot to handle?"
At times,
I get that. I wish my
absentee
parents
parent.
were dead.
I've heard your mom's a stone cold bitch, but your dad's actually not a bad guy.
Wish I cared about them. Wish they cared about me.
Uh, one of them does. Actually, they probably both do, but in very different ways.
Sure. Sure.
I think they care, but it's not. You don't have to like
We don't have
care
to.
that they
I
care.
think like the bigger thing is like we don't have to force someone who maybe doesn't want to be with their parents to be with their parents. Like that. Like
No.
Willem, would you ever think it was right to like invite? Okay. Oh, here's a question. That guy that you hate, the guy that you wanted to kill but didn't because you're like a bigger person. I don't know. You told me the story. I was kind of bored during it.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
If I invited that guy to the lake to
Uh-huh.
apologize to you,
Uh-huh.
you'd be mad, wouldn't you?
I'd be a little confused. I might be mad. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you'd be mad. I'll make it easier for you. Your hag mom, hag mom.
Yep,
If I
yep.
invited her, you'd be mad.
I'd be surprised because she's dead and
Before
dragged to
that,
hell.
before that,
Mhm.
on like the pretense of like making up, not making out. I
Oh,
know, I know you did that with her
Yeah.
too.
yeah, I'd probably be mad.
Yeah. So why would Branwen do that? Isn't that kind of fucked up?
I mean,
Sh-
I think she was
Probably.
doing it. I
Sorry, go ahead, Doug.
think she was probably doing it more for like Amar's sake, but
Right,
I don't
because
know.
who would want to do
I don't think
anything
she
for
really.
me?
Well, I don't think she really like meant it as a jab or anything. I think she
No,
just.
no, I
I
don't
don't know.
think I just don't think she was thinking about the impact that it could have on the people around her. It just kind of thinks that she was thinking a lot about herself in that situation and not about me. Like, what can Branwen do to make Branwen's life better? Because instead of
When
like, hey,
Branwen panics, which is
a lot.
somewhat regular,
Hmm.
she tends to go for the immediate solution or the immediate sort of answer, even though it might not always be the best. So, like, she means well, but
And
yes,
performs
probably did not.
poorly.
Listen, she's going through a really hard time, and I'm trying to be in like my congenial era, so I'm not gonna agree with you, even though I do kind of agree with you. Um, she's trying her best, and she does mean well. It's just like in her
No, I know.
effort
We
to
all think
solve
Branwen
problems.
means well, and she's like saying
In
that at a much higher volume. So, Branwen, you from the Riverside do hear that.
I'm just like, okay, I am gonna do an insight check to see if I pick up on the fact that I'm being a little bit manipulated right now.
Go ahead.
4.
Uh, you're just having a very casual conversation.
Yes, she does mean well, and she's getting better, but sometimes, she rushes to a solution without
I know.
necessarily
I,
thinking
I know. And I
through all
understand
of
that I
the
was probably just
implications.
overthinking it. And I'm getting to know all you guys, so I don't really know how you all operate.
I mean,
I
we're all just out here.
Yeah, but I guess
Most
like
of us are pretty stupid.
I would just appreciate like a little bit more like I don't know. I understand that you guys are a group and you have your relationships, so you know each other really well, and like you know what one's okay with and one's not. Like, I'd like to be a part of that like consideration. Like you guys are really
Sure.
considerate of each other. I'd appreciate if you were considerate of me. And I just think Brandon's had some trouble with that so far. Duncan and I were talking about it. He agrees.
I'm gonna just like look at Dunk and be like, sort of
Right?
inquisitive.
You said that earlier,
I mean,
that she doesn't really like always think before she acts, and so I took that as she doesn't think about me before she acts.
Clarissa, can I ask you a
I
question?
don't
I'm talking to Dunk.
I don't remember exactly what I said, but
Well, that's
I
okay.
mean,
I
we're
do.
all just out here.
Yeah, it's okay. I do. Don't worry. Sorry,
Sorry,
we
may I
don't have.
speak?
This is a we're just here to have fun. Obviously, we have a lot of pressure, so we should just like unwind right now, right? Wouldn't that be nice?
Sure, but before we totally unwind, I just would sort of question, you are sort of wishing that Branwen would give you more grace, and we would all give you, that grace and consideration. I understand you had a very bad situation for a very long time, but when was the last time you sort of considered anybody else's feelings when you were going to do something besides your own?
I've every time I do something for you guys, I, I just wanted to realize I didn't really think I was gonna get attacked while we were out here, and she kind of like looks over at you, Dunk, like,
I don't
I'm sorry.
I'm not
I
attacking
don't
you. I'm just saying at times you can be a little bit inconsiderate, as can we all.
I think what Willem's trying to say is that you're new to the dynamic, and we're happy to have you, and we'll all be cool eventually, but we're getting there.
Speed bumps. I get it.
Speed bumps.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. I'll try to be more if Bramwin's gonna be trying to be more considerate, so will
Would you like me to have a talk with her about it?
I. I can talk for myself. I should if conversations are to be had, I should be the one to do them.
I respect that.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'll talk to her.
Oh, well, that's done. I'm gonna look at Seraphel. I'm gonna like,
She's not here.
oh,
What,
okay.
what does that imply, though?
Yeah,
Like,
what does that
I'm gonna
imply
like,
exactly?
I'm gonna grapple you. I'm gonna like
I thought
play
You're
wrestle. Like,
it's like a
gonna
chicken
naked
fight
grapple
scenario.
an unsuspecting
You're
woman?
like the Seraphel going, I'm gonna
invite
get
her
you.
to play in the water. Like,
Just a
I'm just
naked,
playing
wet
the water.
bugbear crawling out
I
of the lake like, I'm gonna get you.
I want to Doug, Clarissa, Willem, Seraphel chicken fight
Chicken
right
fight. Yeah. Um,
Oh God. There's
Dunk,
gonna
you
be
uh,
just
body parts in the water.
in the
You're the
absence of
top
that,
10 way to get genitals on the back of your neck, guaranteed.
That is what I've been going for this entire time.
in the absence of Seraphel, I'm gonna offer to wrestle with Willem.
Yeah. You just
I'll just,
swim
I'll
in
Like,
like
like charge at you too and go like, I gotcha.
oh,
We're kicking
wrestling.
up so much mud.
you're in the
We're like in the
water.
water.
Yeah, you're in the water.
Yeah,
And
we're
This is
kicking
a
it up from the
sandy
bottom of the
bottom.
lake.
No, this is a
Oh,
rocky bottom lake, not a muddy bottom lake. This is a
it's a
rocky
river.
bottom.
It's a river.
Well,
Because
the
you're on
ocean
the
is a rocky
material
bottom lake,
plane.
and it
Oh,
has agate.
yeah.
And Clarissa like playfully and like gets out of the way as the two men start grappling with one
it's
another.
just boys
In the
being boys.
in the straightest way possible.
It's just two dudes in a hot
No,
tub.
it is.
Two
It
dudes.
is not in the straightest way possible.
The true, oh my
I was
god.
sarcastic.
I've lost the plot. And
What if it wasn't a romance? What if it was just a romance?
Bro, wouldn't it be funny if we sucked each other off a little bit?
Or they could just start with a nice little kiss, a little smooch.
No,
Kiss you
Be
hug,
kiss,
kiss
hilarious.
the
kissing
hug is
another man
nice.
on the lips is gay. Sucking
No,
him
that's
off is
gay.
a different
Yeah.
thing.
See,
Uh,
one's funny.
yeah, one's funny.
Like,
You're not kissing the homies goodnight.
This is
well,
why
when you
you
kiss
should.
the homies goodnight, I think that's a forehead kiss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
It'll have to be.
Yeah. So as they're wrestling, Branwen and Cena, you hear that happening, and Cena just goes, "You know, I've always wondered about those two."
I've always just considered it a matter of time, honestly.
Yeah, that tends to happen in close, like male-dominated fields, and then they like try to cover it up. Is what I've always understood it to happen. There was a lot of that happening in the cult. I always kind of thought that maybe it was the cult part that was doing that, but I also think it's just whatever happens when you put a lot of men in a room together for a long period of time. Also, what's the age difference there? Like, Dunk's not a young bugbear, I don't think.
I don't know how old Dunk is, but I'm pretty sure Willem's like 13.
Mm, yeah,
Branwen doesn't know human age is very good.
I. He's a
Also, I
little.
want to be very explicit. We're not fucking. We're just messing
Yet.
around.
Yet. And Sina goes, "Do you want to go upstairs?" And she's still just like looking out onto the river.
Okay.
Okay. And she just she takes your hand and takes you upstairs.
Yeah, we go upstairs.
Randy, you
Bye.
as you come out of your convulsion, um,
Convulse?
yeah, he's like,
I was seizing on the ground.
Wait, what?
yes, but he's like off in the woods, so you don't see it. Like slowly, and you're like immediately taken back because Seraphel is just like kneeling in front of you, like staring at you.
I'm scared. She's your sleep paralysis demon.
Hello.
What were you just doing?
Um. Well, to be honest, I kind of wanted to see if commune would still work since I haven't used that since Adara killed me. Um. Turns out it did. Wacky. Yeah, I talked to Azaleas for a little while.
Um, you've never once thought of the consequences of your own actions, have you? Before you do something.
Well, I hope they'll generally be positive. If I spent time thinking about everything that I was doing all the time, nothing would get done.
What's that like?
Um,
To feel like something could work out, or at least not worry that it won't.
good. I I don't know. It's not something I really think about.
It just happens.
Yeah, I guess like whenever something didn't work out, which is, as you've seen happened several times, most recently with again Adara killing me. You just kind of take it when it happens and you try to kind of pivot, go in a different direction. Maybe that way will work. Nothing's a guarantee, so you just kind of gotta try a bunch of shit.
My entire life, I've known nothing but strength and the resolve to accomplish whatever I want to accomplish, and I know that I'll do so by any means necessary. And every time I failed, I knew that it was just a roadblock, a delay. You,
You've had. Oh, go ahead.
no, please.
You've had one goal for 500, 1,000, however many years, and you have never once considered that the goal might be something else. And that perhaps what you were fighting for and all these roadblocks are coming up, like they're coming up, and instead of pivoting and saying, okay, I should maybe do this instead, that might lead to a different outcome, but still a good outcome. I think it might be because can I share something with you? All right, my initial plan to get you to not be again, thought you were out to destroy the world, and I thought that you were embittered by having been locked away into the shadow dimension, which fair enough. I get it. I mean, I don't get it, but I understand why you would feel that way. um so my plan was to learn chronomancy and go back in time, and I was going to talk to you, and then we were going to get trapped in the shadow void together, and I was going to convince you to not want to end the world.
I'd rather end myself.
See, that's the trick, is that you wouldn't be able to. But I was told that chronomancy is kind of like genocide, so I decided that that was not the best way to go about that anymore. And now that I've met you in real life, and I kind of got a whole different context of the situation, I don't think any of that would have been a good idea. um, I don't know. You just gotta like let different outcomes come to you. Like you can't. I think you've had this one goal for such a long time that you're just kind of like zeroed in on it. It doesn't feel like that's really the goal anymore. Let yourself change.
How do you grapple with the uncertainty of change? My entire life, I've known that if there are things I cannot change, I will them to change. All in the pursuit of that goal. I once saw a sign on a pathetic house. The gods grant me the strength to accept the things I cannot change. I do not. You're telling me that I have to change the way I think about everything? The way I think about my life, my purpose?
Yes, that's like step one of like, I don't know, kind of being happy.
What's step two?
I don't know. I'm figuring that out. It helps to have people around who genuinely care for you. Doesn't seem like you've had a lot of that recently.
Actually, recently, it seems is the only time I've ever had it.
Look, I don't agree with your goal to kill the gods. I think that we can find another way to accomplish a similar goal. But I am happy that we are able to talk over a bowl of scramble, because you were not willing to do that the first time that we met.
You all are very different than I thought you to be.
More or less stupid.
Your stupidity presents itself in intriguing ways.
Yeah, I get told that a lot.
But through it all, I've come to learn that I've only been wrong twice in my life. The first time was believing that the people that exist here should not be allowed to exist. And the second was thinking that you all didn't know what you were doing. Thank you
To
for
be clear,
Thank you for
I
standing up for me today.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Valerian's not the greatest guy.
He's a dick.
Again, yeah, I don't agree with him either. Um, more so than I disagree with you.
I've
But
wanted to kill him for a very long time.
I feel like we could have done it today if it came to that. But I'm glad it didn't.
It was for a long time all I would think about. I'd say his name as I went to sleep. I'd say all their names. The people that wronged me. While I wasted away for 1,000 years. But today, when I was
Um,
standing there looking at him, I realized that doing that would put me in the very box that he made for me.
Absolutely.
And that
I think you spent.
sometimes we do not need to be the products of the environment that we've created in.
Randy just does like a slow nod. I think you've spent a lot of time uh, thinking about other people and what they should do or should be or be dead. Uh, I think it's time to, I don't know, think about yourself a little bit more. What do you want for yourself? And anyway, yeah, keep stopping me if I'm about to, blow shit up because that's, could have been bad, I guess, if I went to the world tree.
To
But
be clear, I've tried to do it in the past, and until today, you rarely listened to me.
yeah, you seem to be a little bit more on the side of the group now. So I'll look.
I think
If
it
you'll
stands to reason that we could all trust each other a little better now.
yeah, I'll listen to you a little bit more if you'll kind of consider where I'm coming from more. I think we could have a very very good working relationship.
Yes.
Anyway, I've had a lot of coffee today and I am crashing like hard.
Good night, Betty. I'm
All
going
right,
to see what
Seraphel.
all this noise by the river is.
Okay.
And she leaves you. As for the group down by the river, how are you doing?
Have Dunk and I stopped wrestling?
I assume so, but I'll leave that up to you.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do prior to enjoying a long rest?
Is Clarissa still with us?
She's hanging out by the. She's like sitting on a rock, like laying out, watching you.
Never mind.
What was that, Branwen? I'm disappointed.
But probably not surprised.
Yeah. Um, Clarissa will kind of like come back into the water and start like paddling towards you and just look at you, Willem. So you're going to bed soon?
uh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
great.
It's been a long day.
Yes, and we all need our beauty right. As I understand it, you people need it longer than others.
What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people?
Humans.
Oh,
Longer than I guess some. I feel like do we need it longer or do elves need it shorter?
That's a great.
yeah.
Honestly, that's a very good point, Dunk.
I
Okay.
get by on a good 8 hours, but
Okay. All I need is 4.
Hmm.
Oh,
So I was probably going to stay up
cool.
for a little longer. And Dunk,
Sure.
maybe you'd like to as well.
Oh, I bet he'll stay up. I say as I leave.
Okay.
Sure, we'll stay up a little bit.
As you leave Willem and start walking back, Seraphel is walking into the standard part of camp, and just
Oh, I immediately cover myself and turn very red.
she also just goes, ah, and turns and walks away.
Night.
Um, Dunk. Clarissa turns to you. Kind of a weird night. Is it me or was he like a little tense?
I mean, we're all pretty tense, but
I know.
I just like to be able to like, I don't know, feel a little normal
I feel like
occasionally.
I want to feel normal too, but I keep getting this like overwhelming sense that they just like they're afraid of me. Or I think more importantly, they're afraid of us.
I think they'll come around. Um,
I
but
don't want us like hoping that forever.
well, it's been like
You're
2 days.
It's only been a few days. Okay,
But
you're right.
I think the more like normal days we can have, the better. But that's probably not going to happen for a while.
Well, let's see how it goes. But before we go, and she will
Before we
throw
go,
herself at you. And the rest of you are able to achieve a long night's rest without interruption.
Insight.
You don't have any
Which one of us
issues?
is having a dream and we don't know?
No dreams tonight. And that
That's great.
feels, unless Randy, you want to take another stab at the scroll before we
I
wrap
would.
up. Okay. Yes.
That would be very nice.
I'm gonna say
Um,
while the rest of you start to assemble in the kitchen area of the tower. Well, actually, no, you don't have a tower. You only have a cabin here on this side. So while you start to assemble in the kitchen of the cabin on
Or the keep. We have a key. Oh yeah,
the
on the side
keeps
we
on the
already
Ebon
can't
Lake,
have
yeah.
it.
Um,
What?
eh,
No, the keep's on the
Ebon Lake side.
material plane.
You are.
Because that's where I was. I
Are
am
right.
correct.
You are right. That's right. So as you throw yourselves into the kitchen area of the keep, thank you, Steph and Branwen. You just see Randy come hurling himself down the stairs, already cup of coffee in hand. And you're also this is your first time in the keep. The rest of you stayed outside. You see that Randy has made himself quite at home in the keep, and has been doing quite a bit of doodling and non Li Goy sketching, and writing, and it's like a Pepe Sylvia esque board that's covering the entire fireplace, and it's very beautiful mind esque. And Randy, you come hurling down the stairs, chugging the coffee, look up at the board, and you're like, all there. And then you yank out the scroll and prepare yourself to study upon it.
all right. And I just go, Raymond, give me the thing.
Please don't snap
Juice
at me
me
in
up.
the
Juice me up.
future. Please, you got this.
Come on. Come on. Okay.
Before you finish, Seraphel walks in and casts Bless upon you.
Oh, what do I get for that? An extra 1d4?
Indeed.
Very nice. Um. Oh man.
Oh,
Oh man. 28. No, 29.
All right. As you study upon the scroll and you kind of focus your eyes and you're hearing this weird rhythmic tension at the back of your head as you strain against the characters, and all of a sudden you hear it, and it's just a gentle ringing tone of clarity as the characters begin to shift and form layers and letters that stack over one another. And you can read, an enchantment is not merely bound to an object. It is woven into the very essence, a fusion of its form and function. To unravel the bond is to weaken it. To transfer it intact is thus an impossibility. However, through meticulous study of the object, one may dissect the nature of the enchantment, understand the weave imbued in it, the purpose for it, and the force that sustains it. The force being very likely the school of magic it was cast with, unless otherwise divined. With such knowledge, a sufficiently What's so funny? With such knowledge, a sufficiently
Whenever
skilled.
you stop talking, it's muted, but there's a siren going on, and it's only going when you're talking. It's very funny.
Oh yeah, there's a ambulance going by. Um, with such knowledge, a sufficiently skilled arcanist or divine scholar may replicate the enchantment, inscribing it anew to another vessel. Yet, this is an act of sacrifice, for in the unraveling, the original object must be unmade, its magic dispersed into the ether from which it was first drawn. It then includes a list of lengthy instructions for actually doing this act of understanding and then casting the enchantment anew. And you would understand from the definition of the scroll that learning the enchantment is a one time destruction of the magical item so that you may cast it again in perpetuity within the rules of the enchantment that you learn.
Skyrim rules.
Exactly.
Okay, so I can like take any magical object and like delete it and then rewrite it with the enchantment.
Correct. The
Along the
instructions do, however, detail that it is a difficult and lengthy and intensive process. Specifically, you must first understand the enchantment, which can take anywhere from 3 to 5 days, depending on the implications and difficulty of the enchantment, and does require some time of uninterrupted study, as well as some specific material components to draft the enchantment in an effective way. Um, you might also, this can, theoretically, you cannot fail this step. It will just take additional time based on how you roll throughout the process. And then the casting of that the first time can take anywhere from an additional 3 to 5 days, depending on the difficulty of the spellcraft. Once done once, you are able to do it within a few hours. Um, you have to have meet specific an Arcana or Religion DC save based on whether you are a Arcanist or a Cleric. Um, and you have to have a new object of appropriate quality to cast the spell upon. You can't like cast you can't take Willem's glaive and cast it on a really shitty bronze dagger. The item has to be able to withstand the strength of the enchantment.
Okay.
The more
Damn.
skilled you get at casting the enchantment, because you are not a wizard, is the ultimate reason here. The more skilled you get at casting the enchantment, is the less time it takes you each new enchantment time. So the first one takes 3 to 5 days to learn, 3 to 5 days to cast. Every after that is 5 hours, and the more you do it, the shorter it becomes, where you could theoretically get it down to an hour.
Okay.
It's meant to be hard.
Did it work?
Yeah. Okay. I need minimum 6 days.
That's it?
Yeah, and you know we got a month on the Feywild, so we've got a year here. I don't know. I guess this seems important, so I'll get rolling on it.
Okay, can we help?
Can can they?
I mean, there are things that you need to do the actual like enchantment, and some of that like you need objects that are of sufficient value to cast these things upon. So you can certainly send them out to do that. As the speaking in a sense, you are free to like we can wrap up here and think about like what that kind of like quote unquote shopping list is, and you can use a week of downtime with your associated roles to do so. And ready is right. You have theoretically 60 weeks on the material plane.
Nice.
Sounds good.
All right. So we will end things there. We appreciate you all joining us for our Saturday sesh. And we'll be back at our usual time and place on Wednesday, the 5th at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. And we hope you all have a very, very wonderful Saturday. As always, and Sunday. As always, you can find us on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/ at Nat20Hot.
Whoa.
Yeah. And you can also find us not on TikTok, but on Instagram at Nat20Hot there. And without further ado, I will leave you all with this wonderful wisdom from Philip Larkin, the author of The Mower, is that we should be careful of each other and we should be kind while there is still time. Please find the ability in your hearts and your minds to be kind to one another. Thank you all for tuning in. We hope you have a wonderful night and afternoon. So long.
Zombie.
Boy.